into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, good morning. Welcome to it. My name is Graham Richards.
And I'm Zoe Brown, and can you believe it's the 2nd of December?
No,
oh,
out.
Goodness.
It is crazy what has happened to this year. We are going to blink and then the rest of the year is going to be gone, but we're going to savor every second that we can. And this morning, I love it because we're all about the kids today.
And I think we're all going to bring out our inner kids too. But today is all about finding out what's the hottest games on the market, to getting the opportunity to take on a youthfluencer. That is a thing.
Whoa.
A course to learn practical skills of social media content creation, which is so important given the times that we're in today.
Oh, completely. I'm starting to think after the COVID-like kind of era that it's going to be a part of everybody's job.
Yeah.
In some way or another, you're using your social media or digital presence to do something. So we'll hopefully guide the little ones on the way and have, yes, as Zoe said, a bit of fun that's going to make us feel like giant kids this morning. But he had to bring a little bit of maturity, thankfully, to balance out the zen of this team. Good morning, Jamie Lee Domberg.
Absolutely not. I'm a kid at heart this morning as well, because it is Tech Thursdays here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But like you said, my name is Jamie Lee Domberg, connecting with you live on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Tech Thursdays, yes, it's festive, which also means that the kids has already told their parents what they want for Christmas, what they want Santa to bring them this year. So we're asking you on social media today, what is that one piece of tech that is on your kids' wish list this year? I just asked Grant Hines that now, Daddy to be, what do you think is that top piece of tech? And I said, is it the PS5? He said it is sold out. It's nowhere to be found, but he's also coming through with all the games must have for this festive season. So you do want to stick around, but do connect with us. Expresso Morning Show on S3, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're here to inform you, entertain you for the next 3 hours, but also make sure that you're up to date with what's happening in and around the world. And Zoe Brown is standing by for just that.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Domberg. Well, let's start off with national headlines. Despite the new Omicron COVID variant, the Plettenberg Rage is set to go ahead from tomorrow, with close to 1,000 matriculants having already booked their tickets. But they will have to show proof of vaccination. The popular Belita Rage was cancelled yesterday after 32 guests and 4 staff members tested positive for COVID-19 on Tuesday. It's believed the Jeffreys Bay event has still to be confirmed, while the Johannesburg Rage has been postponed to next year. And staying with local news, as South Africa joined the world in commemorating World AIDS Day yesterday, Gauteng Premier David Makura said COVID-19 has impacted the entire country's fight against HIV and AIDS. Makura said COVID has rolled back the fight against HIV/AIDS because there was a major disruption due to the reshuffling of all health resources and facilities as the focus had shifted to COVID-19. With almost 8 million people living with HIV and AIDS, SA has the highest rate of the virus in the world. Moving to news beyond our own borders, Ethiopian troops have captured, in fact recaptured, the historic town of Lalibela from Tigran rebels. This is the latest victory claimed by the government since Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed went to the front lines last week to lead the fight back. Lalibela, famous for its rock-hewn churches, was captured by the rebels in August. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Ethiopia's Amhara region and has a popular tourist destination before the civil war broke out in Europe last year. And the U.S. Supreme Court yesterday seemed prepared to accept a new Mississippi abortion law as it heard arguments in the most important abortion case in decades. The case concerned a state law that bars abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The court has never before allowed bans before a fetus can survive outside the womb around 24 weeks, but now appears open to such restrictions. The ruling may see millions of women lose abortion access. And next, some great news concerning one of the world's most magnificent animals. The jaguar is undoubtedly one of the most magnificent animals on Earth, but like many other predators, it's listed as near threatened. However, great news of late is that the population in Mexico has increased by 800 in the past few years. Mexico's national strategy to protecting jaguars is working, says the journal PLOS ONE. Ecological Gerardo Cabellos, founder of Mexico's National Alliance to Jaguar Conservation, and a team of 20 fellow ecologists gathered data from pictures captured traps to determine precisely where jaguars lived and roamed. They also created a plan to tackle the most, critical issues affecting them, which are preserving wildlife, also sanctuaries, and avoiding conflicts with livestock owners. Now, the government also pays people living near protected areas to not deforest sanctuaries. It also compensates them for cattle losses by jaguars and provides electric fencing to prevent jaguars from getting to livestock. These efforts have paid off. Numbers have risen by 20% from roughly 4,000 to 4,800 in Brazil too. The pictures look rosy, and there are definitely presently some 10,000 jaguars roaming safely and free. Well, on that very happy note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Here's another look at your sport. In fact, the first look with Graham.
Well, let's hope that the rain falling outside that I'm sure you can hear coming down in buckets is auspicious and a good sign ahead of our sport this morning. Well, let's start with cricket. The South African government has now pledged to take all precautions necessary and then praised the solidarity of India's cricketers ahead of a high-profile cricket tour to the Republic over the next 2 months. So India are due to play 3 tests, 3 ODIs and 4 T20s between the 17th of December and the 26th of next month. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation said in a statement that a full biosecure environment will be established around both the South African and Indian A teams, as well as the 2 national teams on tour. Then on to last night's footballing action. Liverpool stormed to an impressive 4-1 win over Everton in the Merseyside derby in the standout clash of the night last night. Winger Mo Salah has been sublime, and he netted yet again, twice in fact, for the Reds at Goodison Park. Then Bernardo Silva scored a contender for goal of the season as Man City beat Aston Villa 2-1 to keep the pressure on Chelsea. And of course, then speaking of the Blues, they ran out 2-1 winners against Watford. That was thanks to a late 73rd minute goal from Hakim Ziyech. Then Leicester and Southampton, they couldn't be separated, 2 apiece there. And that game had to be temporarily stopped after a fan collapsed in the crowd yet again. Wolves and Burnley then ended goalless, while Brighton and West Ham played out to a hard-fought 1-1 draw. Then on to athletics news. A Norwegian 400-meter hurdler, Karsten Warholm, has been in the form of his life, and Jamaican sprinter Elaine Thompson-Herah have been named World Athletics World Athlete of the Year. So Warholm received a men's award for smashing the 29-year-old world record in winning the Tokyo Olympic gold. And its time of 45.94 seconds is widely considered one of the greatest Olympic track performances of all time. Then Thompson-Herah took the women's award for achieving the sprint double at a 2nd consecutive Olympics now. And then rather sad news on the tennis front. Former British #1 Joanna Conte announced her retirement from tennis on Wednesday. The 30-year-old has struggled with persistent knee trouble over the past couple of seasons and has slipped now to 113th in the world rankings, a far cry from her career high of #4. Now, Conte, who reached the semi-finals of 3 of the 4 majors, plus the quarterfinals of the US Open, and in June, Conte won the Nottingham Open, becoming the first British woman to lift a WTA title on home soil since Sue Barker did so way back in 1981, and we certainly wish her well on the next phase of her career. But that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's get a global weather perspective on some of those temperatures on this Thursday morning.
Thank you so much, G, for that sports update. Now, the Minister of State for Social Affairs in Angola, Carolina Kequera, has stressed the need for promoting actions that are aimed at the preservation as well as the conservation of species, fauna and flora, and above all, environmental education. The Minister said these matters should be included in the daily lives of the population, especially the youth, both in rural and urban areas, so that the environment can be a driving force for sustainable development in all its dimensions. She also said this could be an important source of income and dissemination of the country's image abroad. She added that the natural beauty of the country's environment could play an important role in the growth of tourism as well. I guess it's safe to say we have so much natural beauty in our own country. This definitely serves as a reminder for us all to look after our environment as best we can. Now, part of our own country's natural beauty is definitely the gorgeous sunrise views that we get to experience daily from you, our lovely viewers. So starting us off this morning, we have Avril Roberts-Retief from Steenberg, my hometown in Cape Town. And she's starting us off this morning with this beautiful shot overlooking the area, showing off a bright glow of the sun as it comes up on this Thursday morning. Another one came through from Cecil Burnett from East London, who captured this start to her day, showing off these pretty pink, orange and yellow hues amongst the cloudy, moody skies this morning. But right now, let's have a first look at the temperatures for today. If you do find yourself in Polokwane, do expect a low of 18 that will peak at 30. For you, Umbombela, it is a range of 21 to 32. Pretoria, thunder showers are coming your way with a low of 18 and a high of 30, as well as Johannesburg can be seen with a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 26. For you, Mahikeng, it is a low of 19 that will peak at 28. And if you do find yourself in Klerksdorp today, do expect a low of 16 that will peak at 26. Kimberley, for you, 15.29, as well as Bloemfontein, 13.27 as well. Richards Bay, sunshine is coming your way with a range of 22 to 37, as well as Pietermaritzburg is experiencing rain today, ranging from 16 to 32. Thunder showers coming your way today, Durban, ranging from 20 to 28. Tata, for you, it is 11.30 with a 60% chance of rain today. East London, 14.22. Cradock, for you, it is a low of 7 that will peak at 27. And if you do find yourself in Gqeberha today, 13.20 is your average for the day. George, 11.16. The mother city, Cape Town, can expect a range of 15 to 18 with a 56% chance of rain today. And then for you, Worcester, it is a low of 7 that will peak at 21. Sutherland, 5 to 21. And then last but definitely not least, Uppington is still showing off today with some sunshine ranging from 17 to 33. It's going to be a feel-good kind of day wherever you are, but whatever you do, keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. You know what? I'm loving our color palette for today. We're all wearing shades of pink
It's
or
calming,
salmon.
hey?
It
It's
is
quite
calming. It is
I
calming.
love that, man. Well, we're gonna turn it on its head, upside down completely, because we're gonna bring in a little rock this morning. Ross Harding is here to introduce his debut EP and rock out, hopefully just a little bit just for you. Great to have him in the studio, yeah?
Amazing. And then, of course, we promised something for the kids today. And Grant Hines is here, so you know we're going to be talking games. That and a whole lot more still coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back. Yes, you're live with Expresso on a beautiful Thursday morning, and it's only going to get better as we introduce you to our musical superstar this morning. And he's cool. He's giving me major cool vibes. The coolest rating of our studio, in fact, has gone up by osmosis. I think I'm getting cooler here. Johannesburg-based heavy blues rocker Ross Harding is gearing up for the release of his debut EP as a solo artist, and it's titled Rest and Resurrection. It's out on the 14th of January next year. Now, Ross is known for his fusion of blues and a little bit of hard rock with some strong elements of classic rock, 90s alternative grunge, basically my soul, where my spirit lives in 90s rock. And ahead of the EP release next year, Ross has released 2 singles from the EP entitled Rest and Resurrection, respectively, and he is here in studio, so please give him a massive Expresso welcome! It's early, buddy, I know.
Yeah, it's pretty
early for rockers,
early.
especially, man. I can empathize. Good to have you here.
Thank you
I know
so
you were
much.
gigging last night, so we appreciate the fact that you are
Yeah.
here. Did you go straight through? Did you?
Yeah, we were. We got up at like 3:30 yesterday morning. Flew into Cape Town and went through to Stellenbosch.
Nice.
Performed at a really, really cool venue there called the Daisy Jones.
Ooh.
Phenomenal venue. Yeah, so just a great time so far.
The fact that we can be out and performing and doing these things, even if it's a crowd of 100 people, even if it's 25 people, we'll take it. For those of us who live and make our living out on stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does it feel now? I know we've been thrown a curveball with a new variant and things are kind of up in the air. How are you feeling? Is it back on your feet? Is it a complete new start? Where's your headspace at now?
You know, I think I've been quite lucky as far as my music career goes, because the strange sort of transitional time has allowed me to do this EP and sort of take a break, you know, as it were. But it is very weird because there's been a huge gap. It's almost like a sinister ad break happened, you know, and we
were in the kitchen cooking, still looking. Is it finished?
Like, is this ad? Yeah, it's been 2 years. This ad is really long. And it's almost like when things started opening up again that the penny drops. You're like, oh, actually, I do this. This is my job, you know.
Yeah. I actually need to eat.
Yes,
I've got to figure something out. The name, Rest and Resurrection, it's quite potent. It feels like a statement in itself. What's the vibe with the EP?
I think that it was an opportunity for me to take a stance as an individual artist and not be able to kind of hide behind the band, as it were, you know, that third-party kind of element. So
how difficult has that been? Are you an extrovert? Or are you an introvert?
Yeah, I'm definitely more of an introvert.
Really?
But obviously, putting yourself forward as a solo artist means that you do have to have that personal kind of flaunt, as it were, you know.
Get out there, man.
You got to. Yeah, so it's had its challenges, but it's been really rewarding in the sense that all these ideas and that have been in my mind are being able to come forward, you know. And that notion of rest and resurrection is kind of a person being born or renewed, but also that strong idea that these times of being able to breathe and have breathing room is important, you know.
The world has needed it. We saw it in those initial phases of lockdown when we started to see the satellite pictures of like green belts emerging and all these. It's crazy. And in our personal, and every artist that I've interviewed, from Aloe Black, literally globally has experienced life in the same way that you have now. And it becomes deeply personal when it's a solo journey. It's no longer a band and a collaborative effort. And I know you're working with producers and everyone has input, but it's still you pulling that veil back and just kind of letting it all out there. Do you feel better as a result of having gone through this EP process?
Look, the journey is still pretty new because there's only been 2 songs released. So although I've been doing this for a long time, to many people it is still a new experience, and to myself, I'm getting used to being a solo artist, you know, and like I mentioned earlier, not having that kind of veil to hide behind, you know.
Why? Why do this now? What happened in your life? Was it COVID? Was it something else? What triggered this?
I've had this idea, or I've been playing with this idea for some time, pre-COVID, about 2 or 3 years in the making, but I never really had time to sort of dig in. And it made sense to me from the perspective that I felt that I had strong music or sort of messages that I wanted to share.
The beast will out.
You know, yeah, and that idea of openness and not having any kind of limitations within a band is kind of, a band can evolve, but human beings evolve differently.
Yeah.
And as an individual, a person evolves at their own time, and
For sure, and a band has a formula, yeah.
Yeah, it felt to me that gave me a good stride in being able to make music and art and kind of go with the flow a little bit more than being in a sort of band idea.
All of that's great. We just need you to rock out, dude. I want you to kick stuff over, break some guitars if you have to. Ross is going to be performing just for you this morning. Buddy, so good to have you here. Thank you for
so
joining
much.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for pushing through. We appreciate it.
Man. Thank
The
you.
rain falling on our studio roof is a good sign. It's auspicious. It means we're going to be treated to something truly remarkable. Ross Harding is not going anywhere. You shouldn't move as well.
Thanks, G-Man. You know what, whether it's raining, whether the sun is shining, whether it's hailing, I think one thing we all know is that the festive season is about bringing joy to those around you, and I can confirm this Nespresso machine does just that for us every single morning. Now, the Virtuo makes a large cup of coffee exactly what, is what we need. In fact, I need a strong cup of coffee. I don't know about you, Jamie, but I'm going to make us little espressos for today.
Please do. Coming right up. I'm not a human. I was literally just telling Sean, the camera guy, I was standing with him, I'm like, I'm not awake yet. I didn't have my cup of coffee yet, so if you can get that to me, I'll be awake. I'll start using my English words.
Okay, well, we're going to get going on that. I'm just going to make sure it's in place. And what's amazing is the Virtuo can make 5 different cups, including a carafe. In front of you, Jamie, we have the different 4 sizes, and it uses this using the centrifusion technology.
Now, we speak about this quite often, but if you don't know what it is, now Nespresso's centrifusion technology reads a unique barcode on each capsule, and then what it does, it adjusts the extraction process to then regulate the flow and also the volume of the water, as well as the temperature, the infusion time, and even the speed of the capsule rotation. So what you're hearing right now is exactly that. It is reading that unique barcode right now to give us a perfect cup of coffee.
Such smart technology, and then it also spins the capsule up to 4,000 rotations per minute, blending ground coffee with water and producing the perfect crema that you can see right now on your screen. And this is for you to really enjoy your favorite short coffee, whether it's an authentic espresso or if you prefer a long coffee.
Just look at that. Also, just the aesthetically pleasing way it looks. Stunning. That crema is just beautiful. And again, the selling point for me about the machine is that it is made from more than 50% recycled plastic, doing its bit for the world.
Hand you that one.
That for me first, thank you.
That one's for you, because I made you a little espresso, and of course we are using the blend of Brazilian and Costa Rican Arabicas, as well as Ugandan Robusta. So there we go. It is a split roast, so the Arabicas. I always find that a little bit of a tongue. See, I need a cup of coffee to say Arabicas first thing in the morning. It is a dark one and a short roast. The Robusta's light and long roast. So there we go. It is a beautiful blend. And from an aromatic profile, what you'll get there when you taste that is warm cereal, caramel, licorice, and some spicy notes. I want
to look at it the entire time. I'm even too scared to drink it because it's that pretty, and I don't want to mess up the crema. But I feel like it's time. It's time to have that moment. It's time for us to wake up, Mzansi. We've woken you up now. It's time for us to wake up. So here we go.
Yeah, making one for myself. Because I need a cup of coffee.
It tastes like festive in my mouth. It does taste like festive in my mouth right now. Thank you so much for that. I'm awake. Yeah,
There we go. See, I need coffee to be able to say Arabicas.
Arabicas. I'll say it for you. This is Arabicas, everybody. Cheers.
There we go.
Nespresso New Virtuo. With a single touch and innovative technology for a generous crema and unique moments to share. Virtuo. Standards are meant to be broken. Nespresso. What else?
Thank you so much, team. Hopefully my coffee's on the way. Now, I want you to do something important for me, please. Challenge the expected. And I want you to do it with AEG this festive season. They are giving you the chance to win your share of 100,000 Rand. That's courtesy of AEG right here on the show. So you can definitely impress in the kitchen this festive season. So that's 10 prizes of 10,000 Rand in cash for 10 very fortunate winners. So obviously begs the question, how do you enter? Well, you've got to go onto Twitter or onto Expresso's Facebook page. Then you've got to comment on the AEG post telling us how you will plan to change up the celebrations this holiday season with hashtag AEG Festive Flavor. And we want to hear your stories of what you'll be doing to change up those celebrations. Remember, we could be calling you live on the Expresso Morning Show to announce your 10,000 Rand winnings. That will change your Christmas. So head over to our social pages and then comment with that hashtag AEG Festive Flavor to enter. Elevate the everyday in your home with AEG this holiday season. And if you need them, you can find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Oh, you can make my day.
Comply with the POPI Act by decommissioning your company's IT assets as safely and responsibly as the biggest banks, insurance and auditing firms. Universe Direct is South Africa's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment. From our factory to your door, anywhere in the universe, direct.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, he is here to dish us all the dirt, and I mean literally the dirt from farming, because we are farming and we love it. We love our sim games, from car racing to piloting. We dig it. Now you're able to farm in Giant Software's Farming Simulator 2022, and we're joined, yes, by Mr. Grant Hines, our tech and gaming guru and good friend, and oh man, nervous papa to be. Are you freaking out, dude? Hey, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Because
you're having a baby
a dad.
today.
Yes. Yeah. We've got like a month and a bit left, and it's if any parents out there give me advice, I need.
But it's good that you're looking to the future. The future, okay. Because the future of things, the future of things is farming. We are starting to see more and more real-life situations leading back to farming, sustainable farming, being able to farm. It's actually a very credible. If you look at the arc of humanity where we're going, this is actually not a bad skill set to start delving into.
But it's such a strange game that's gotten so popular, and this is part of a series that I want to do on the show, where there are games that you can get for the entire family for Christmas that aren't just like your traditional that aren't just like traditional like shooty games. It's games that you can learn a little bit from and play together as a family.
I would imagine that it's just like the physical toil of farming. Going through this process in a simulator must be deeply satisfying. Like to clear a whole field, to harvest a crop.
So the whole concept of the game, because it's like a simulator, is you've got this farmland. As you can see, it is in the American Midwest. It is like an American game, but the concepts are very similar.
That looks like Clark Kent's farm.
It does. Except there's a petrol station right there.
Except for the...
It's not very idyllic. That petrol petrol station in the middle of your farm. But as you grow your farm and you learn how to do certain crops, you can take over the entire production chain from the farm to the table, from the bakery. So the
Can you
wheat
milk
here-
the cow?
No, but you can like take this like the wheat and make it into like a bakery, like bread in a bakery, and then you can literally harvest it. So this, I didn't know about these huge combine harvesters.
They
and different
excite me, man. I
technology.
drove past, like, I think it was a big Caterpillar showroom, and looking at these giant machines. I mean, they cost millions. They're very cool, eh?
So yeah, so
okay,
like,
show me how it works.
So I'm going to be like mounting this device like this.
Okay.
And then I'm attaching it to the ground.
Mount,
and then I can just start harvesting. Did I mount it? Yeah, there we go. Now I'm actually harvesting the earth where I have planted crops, and I'm going to do this. So here's the great thing.
This is full circle moment, bro.
This is the full circle. So it's very popular online. A lot of people are playing this game on like Twitch and live streaming it.
Is it?
And the main reason is it's like therapeutic.
Yeah.
And then you get to learn. So now that we've got crops, like
What do you do with them? What do you do with crops?
Yeah, what do we do with it? Okay, I'm the worst. As you can see, I'd be the worst farmer. What have I done? This thing is falling off.
Did you steal this thing? And now I'm waiting for the police to arrive, and we're going to have a chase, a really slow chase
Very
down a
slow
highway.
chase. What have I done?
Are you doing a figure of eight, a wheel spin?
This is
Nice.
very bad.
Drift.
I was not going to do this on TV. How did I drop this? This is the front of this device.
Now drop the handbrake and spit. Yeah, man.
How do I pick this up?
It looks like you're trying to drive over the harvest.
I'm actually gonna. You can also hire like an AI worker as well. So I think maybe I should get them to do it.
Maybe make him the manager. Give him shares. He
can run the entire farm.
I mean, the graphics look crisp and clean. It's like that being said, who is this for? You say the whole family, but like, is this a child who's been playing a Minecraft or a simulator of a different kind where you've got to build and grow a city kind of vibe? Is it that?
Yeah, so it's very similar to that concept where you take this farm and you learn the different the crops.
And eventually you own
you
a
buy
chain
up,
of bakeries.
You buy up some land and you try out different kinds of crops, grapes, and those different yields provide different forms of profit. And with that profit, you micromanage that. So it's great to learn how farming
works.
Just
a South African to become a wine farmer on a farm simulator.
In the Midwest. Because I don't know if that's going to happen. But so that's how I would say, sell it to somebody, like for parents, like, hey, like this is the kind of game you can. For kids who like Minecraft, there's a lot of building. You can like customize your farm and go absolutely wild with it. And then it's multiplayer as well. So you can play with different people, not on the same console, but you have friends that you can harvest with.
You can link together.
Yes, online, which is very cool. So like this, I've been like now trying to harvest this wheat. I can have like, family members come in and we can harvest together.
I suggest you do that, dude. Yeah, no, I suggest you do that.
I wish they could help me take this combine.
You take a backseat. Maybe you go and get the coffees at the garage shop just across the road there for the rest, and you let the professionals do the harvesting. It looks beautiful, brilliant. I come from a family of farmers, so it's my vibe.
Oh, wow.
I really do. Prize pig from Harry Smith Farm competition, I think 30 years ago. But here's the deal. You guys have an opportunity to win. All you need to do, okay, get this. We are giving away a copy of including a cable guy to hold onto your controller on display. So not a Groot like this, but a cable guy.
So there's a whole bunch of them. So we're going to be.
Are they all called cable guys?
They're all called cable guys. So like there's superheroes, there's Groots, there's...
Oh, man, well, the Groot one is the one that I would like. Okay, and if you want to get your hand on this and a copy of the game on the platform of your choice, you got to answer this question. If you could create a simulation game for any job, what would it be? Don't say like accountancy or something like that.
Presenter.
Share your answer on... There actually is an app like that. My daughter is so good, yeah. But you can find... you can share those answers on the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page and find all the terms and conditions on Grant Hines' private cell phone number, which is 08... No, it's not.
Whoa!
You can find them on expressoshow.com. And while you're at it, go onto his socials and wish him good luck for the final phase of babydom. Yay!
Every Tech Thursday, their boys become little kids, and we love that for them. But speaking about children, if your child hasn't written their wish list for Santa yet, but you want to beat the lines and do some shopping, then you might want to take notes from our very own Zoe Brown over here.
Well, thank you, Jamie. You know what? I had the privilege of visiting the Crazy Store to check out some of their must-have festive toys, but I wasn't alone. I had some help from experts. The festive season is around the corner, and that means it's time for the kids to write down their festive wish list of all the gifts they hope to receive. This year, we are going in store with a panel of experts who know exactly what they want. But this panel, they aren't adults. Come. Are you ready? I need you to go through the crazy store, pick your favorite toy, and play with it. On your marks, get set, go! I think it's important for the crazy store to get the true, honest approval from kids because they are the ones that's going to bring mom and dad into the store. Mom and dad are the ones with the money that's going to be buying the toys for them. So who better to ask than the kids themselves? So what do you like most about your doll?
She has nice shoes.
She does have nice shoes, hey?
I got 3 dresses and a crown and a doll.
Oh, this is cool. This is like a nice skirt, or is it like a strapless
It's a dress.
Is it a dress? It's a strapless dress. I see. Can we dress her in this one? There we go. Look at your glam girl. And then Ava, can I see your glam girl? Is it a mermaid? Ooh, do you like to brush the hair? Nice. Can the dolphin jump through it?
Yes.
He can, look at that. And the seahorsey.
His nose is too big.
Is the nose too big? Maybe if you go from the bottom. Yes, the toy ducks. When I found out that today's experts were kids, I was like, huh, clever. Kids are the best and most honest people to tell you what they want. The glam girl, the mermaid dolls. I was envious of the girls because it looked like they had so much fun dressing up and playing with the hair and really just having fun with the dolls.
I choose the piano because I could play music and sing. I chose this toy because I like it. When this is done, I can go choose my cars and play it with it on the track.
Wys vir my hoe jy dit insit. So jy druk dit net in. Kan jy hiermee ook skiet? As jy daai druk. Woo! The top highlight for me was really seeing how each and every one of the kids enjoyed themselves. I think when it comes to the festive season, when you give a gift that brings out joy in a child, you did the right thing. And you know, kids are so innocent. They have so much joy to share with the world, and I think as adults we can learn something from them. So now I have a very tough ask. Out of 5, how many ducks would you give today's experience? 1 being, yeah, it was okay, and 5 being, it was the best day ever. You'll give it 5 ducks, woo! And you? Also 5 ducks. So how many ducks are you gonna give today?
5.
5? Do you wanna grab 5 ducks? So Hunter, how many ducks would you give today's experience? 5? Can I get a high five? There we go. When it comes to gift ideas this festive season, shopping for your kids can be difficult, and finding the right gift on the market is even a bigger task. This year, it doesn't have to be a difficult one because thanks to the Crazy Store, they have their experts, your kids, giving their honest opinions and reviews on the toys, and you have so many to go crazy for.
How cute. You have become the new cool aunt, okay? So I feel like Luke is going to call you and be like, Auntie Zoe, can you buy me something for Christmas?
Oh, you know what? I find the kids call me Auntie Zozo.
Auntie Zozo?
Yeah,
That's a cool
I
name.
haven't had Auntie Zoe yet, but yeah, I'll be Auntie Zozo to the little ones. And you know what? It was so much fun. I mean, they are the experts. They are the ones that know, and you can see how much fun they had in store.
And Crazy Store is at one stop for everything, for the kids, for the big kids as well. So you definitely want to check out all the stuff they have for this festive season.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the crazy fun place to shop.
Oh, you can make my day.
Yes, you know what that means. Time to get creative, and you are the driving force. Mzansi, are you ready to gift just your words? We don't want your money, we just want your words. With Cadbury Dairy Milk this festive season, it's time to gather round, get ready to translate and learn a new word in one of our African languages. And this week, we are focusing on Sesotho.
And of course, in order to be a part of the change, one word at a time, we're giving you a word to translate this morning, as we do every single morning. And this word is called gathering.
Gathering,
so
yeah.
As we gather.
And that's what we do over the festive season.
For sure, definitely. So gathering in Sesotho is kopano.
Kopano.
Kopano. We are kopano. I always want to do kopanoing, but it's probably not that.
That's not how it
but
works.
Kopano is gathering. So of course, yes?
Yeah, no, and that's how it starts. Starts with one word, and then hopefully that'll inspire you to construct a sentence and learn a little bit more. I'm on isiXhosa. That's my vibe for this next year. I'm going to learn to speak isiXhosa fluently.
I'm going to keep you accountable.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Definitely.
There's a little child coming into the world that is going to keep that promise. I absolutely love that. And we want you to do that. Give the ultimate gift, your words, this festive season. And then you can help us co-author a festive, South African festive-themed story that's going to be added to the Cadbury Dairy Milk in Our Own Words library so that all South African children can enjoy stories of this most wonderful time of the year.
Of course, all you have to do is visit cadbury.co.za, as well as follow Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram to start translating your words today. And I guess what better way to gather with your family than around food? Check out this next recipe.
Well, we're going to let the decadence continue on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, we're not going to be holding back on the indulgence this morning. How does a chocolate pistachio baklava, with a little bit of a twist on the Greek classic, best served with our decadence of Clover Bliss medium cream chocolate dairy dessert? And the lady here to help us make this delicious dessert is the one and only Teresa.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know what? I have such a weakness for pistachios lately.
Yes, we were chatting about it just now. I mean, they are addictive.
They are addictive. So you buy the ones in the shells, so you kind of slow down a little bit. You have to open them, but it's so addictive. Once you get going, it's difficult to stop.
Oh, divine.
And we're now including that with, obviously, our own version of a baklava.
Yes, we are doing a chocolate version, which you know I love. I love a chocolate version of anything. So this is going to be our filling, and we've got our phyllo pastry that we're working with today, and we're going to be making a delicious honey syrup to go on top. So
that's
all the
the
sweet
thing
things.
about baklava. It's a sweet dessert.
Very sweet,
but crunchy.
Yes, exactly. And that's where the phyllo comes in. So I'll show you how to do that.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is mix our filling. So we've got some chocolate chips here. Then we've got some chopped almonds and some pistachios.
And plenty of that.
So get some friends to help you do all the shelling for you. And then some cinnamon as well. So just mix that together. Very, very easy.
Oh, I love all these nuts.
I know. So crunchy and delicious. So it's actually a dry filling as opposed to a paste. And I don't like chopping the nuts too finely because you want that little bit of texture.
And it's quite nice and rustic.
Exactly. You don't want powder or paste, but something just like that. So that's perfect. And what we've got here is our oven dish. So you want to make sure that you grease this really, really well. And then we've got our phyllo pastry. And you want to cut it into the same size as the dish, or you can do what I'm doing now and just fold it in half.
Easy peasy.
And just tuck it in, yeah. And just remember when you're working with phyllo also to keep it covered because it does dry out very, very quickly. And then you're going to brush some butter over the top.
And this is in between the layers. This is what gives us that layered effect with our baklava.
Yes, it adds that flavor and it makes it nice and crispy and crunchy. So just do a couple of layers.
Is this the type of dessert you like to make for your family?
I do. I mean, I don't work with it very often, to be honest, and it's quite extravagant, but I do love working with phyllo. And it's, you know, for the sweet people in your life, people with a sweet tooth.
Yes, that is me.
So pop some of your filling in, and then it's just basically a case of layering. So I don't know if you want to maybe do another layer of phyllo.
I will definitely do
top
that.
With some butter, and I'm going to make our honey syrup.
Fantastic. We just want one layer, right? So I can separate it. Or is it fine if it sticks together?
And then what I've done here is I've just got some honey in the pot. And I'm going to add some water. And all you need to do is bring this to the boil and then lower the heat and let it simmer for a few minutes, say 5 minutes, just to thicken up.
Now, I'm curious to know, when are we bringing in our Clover Bliss and we are using the chocolate dairy dessert?
Yes, so because this is a chocolate baklava, we are going to be serving it at the end. So when you're finished, you can pour it on top.
Ah.
So for extra chocolatiness.
Oh, and you know, we are here for the chocolatiness.
Oh, yes.
And the Clover
Always.
Bliss. Yes, the medium cream chocolate dairy dessert. It is also ready to eat. It's a chocolate dairy dessert that goes perfectly with also a cinnamon toast, which is something that's quite interesting.
Divine. So the last step before you pop it in the oven is you want to cut it into triangles or diamonds. And the reason we cut it before we bake it is because when it bakes, it obviously gets very crispy and crunchy. And if you try and cut it, it's just going to break and shatter and turn into a bit of a mess. So cut it before it goes in.
Okay.
And then you bake it for about 50 minutes.
Fabulous. Well, I love that this was such a quick and easy recipe. Of course, if you want to get your hands on this delicious chocolate and pistachio baklava that we've made, you can head on over to our website, that is expressoshow.com. And like we've done is we'll also be serving it with our Clover Bliss chocolate dairy dessert.
Yummy.
Oh, it's just going to be chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
Love it. I'm here for it.
January, we will see you in the gym. There we go. Teresa, thank you so much. This is amazing.
Such a
of course,
pleasure.
I feel like I have to taste that.
I think you have to.
I have to
Yes.
taste that, especially so early in the morning.
That's such a beautiful one over there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to grab a spoon. I see this one's already cut, and we'll get into it. But if you want to get your hands on this recipe, it is expressoshow.com.
Golden Cloud and Beacon are on the search for South Africa's best baking duo this holiday season. So grab your son, daughter, grandchild, nephew or niece and start creating in the kitchen. To enter, look out for our weekly holiday baking inspiration on air and on our social pages. Then create your own special bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon treats. Take a picture and share it on the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages or on our website using the hashtag Golden Baker Search, and tell us why you are SA's best baking duo. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing on TV for the grand prize worth 35,000 Rand. Let's create together with the Golden Baker Search Junior Edition on Expresso Morning Show. Brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries close on the 18th of December. 5 finalists, 1 winning duo to be crowned live on Expresso.
hungry?
With bags. My dad has a certain way of doing things.
Dad, hoe gaan dit by die werk?
Our Monati connects the family with unlimited home fiber from $3.99 per month.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso and your timing is impeccable. We are right about to connect with Ross Harding, our performer this morning. He's a rocker, but he's going to be easing us into proceedings with one of my favorite songs ever. I think it's one of the world's favorite songs.
Absolutely.
By one of the most iconic artists, and this has a social message behind it. Why open up with Imagine? Is it about this song that gets you going?
I think you just answered the question for me. It's just something that the world needs, and there's a really powerful message behind it. Also, the voice is a bit tight and it's easy on.
It's lekker. No, that's cool. I dig that, man. After 4 days of no sleep and rocking out, we love that, man. Am I going to cry? Are you going to make me cry?
I hope so.
I'm a cry risk, eh?
That's fine.
But if it's, I'll make eye contact with you right over there.
You've got a pink shirt, so you're allowed to cry today.
The tears will stream. No, buddy, it's such a pleasure having you in studio. We cannot wait to get a taste of your talent. So, my friend,
thank you so much.
The stage is yours.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It is an art to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, and I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us when the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you care. No need for greed or hunger. Brother, man. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say I'm a dreamer, and I'm not the only one. I know someday you'll join us when the world
tone.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that tone, dude.
Thank
Were you
you.
romancing me a little bit there?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I saw those eyes.
There's some
That's
bromance
beautiful.
happening, yeah.
But you know what it is? Like, I love 90s rock because for me, it's quintessential rock. It stems from the guitar, it's beautiful riffs, it's amazing songwriting, and then it's that tone, dude. Oh,
Thank you,
you're
bro.
lovely, man.
I appreciate it so
You're
much.
lovely. He can stick around, and he's going to be sticking around just for you. 2 more performances coming your way, so don't move a muscle right now, though. Let's reconnect with those news headlines. Almost the top of the hour. Jamie Lee Domberg is standing by.
Thank you so much. Time for those national news headlines first. Now, the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy yesterday announced that it had made a mistake with its fuel price calculations of the already adjusted December fuel hike. Now, this after it had already come into force at retailers across South Africa. Minister Gwede Mantashe said that instead of the 81 cents per litre increase to petrol, it had erred in incorporating 6 cents into the price, which was already included in the September fuel price adjustment. He said the adjustment should have been an increase of 75 cents a litre. And then, despite the new Omicron COVID variant, the Plettenberg Rage is set to go ahead from tomorrow, with close to 1,000 matriculants having already booked their tickets, but they will have to show proof of vaccination. The popular Belita Rage was cancelled yesterday after 32 guests and 4 staff members tested positive for COVID-19 on Tuesday. Now, it's believed the Jeffreys Bay event has still to be confirmed, while the Johannesburg Rage has been postponed to next year. And then, looking to news further abroad, European Union countries should consider mandatory vaccination to combat COVID and the Omicron variant, the head of its commission said yesterday. Ursula von der Leyen said vaccines would be crucial in the fight against the highly contagious new variant. Now, some 24 countries have reported cases of Omicron, and the EU has tightened travel restrictions since it was first reported. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has said early signs were that most cases of the Omicron variant were mild and not severe. Then, staying with your international news, Ethiopian troops have recaptured the historic town of Lalibela from Tigran rebels. Now, this is the latest victory claimed by the government since Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed went to the front lines last week to lead the fight back. Lalibela, famous for its rock-hewn churches, was captured by the rebels in August. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Ethiopia's Amhara region and was a popular tourist destination before the civil war broke out in Ethiopia last year. And now some news from the world of entertainment. South African comedian Trevor Noah of America's The Daily Show will again host the Grammy Awards in 2022. Next year's award show will be held at the newly renamed Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center in Los Angeles. This artist John Batista leads with 11 nominations. Justin Bieber, Doja Cat and Her have 8 nods each. Now, the 64th annual Grammy Awards will air on the 31st of January 2022, and we can't wait to see all of it. On that note, that is where I wrap your 7 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. G is standing by with another look at the sports.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's start with cricket and some pretty good news. Looking at the rest of the cricketing calendar for this year, the South African government has pledged to take all precautions necessary and praised the solidarity of India's cricketers ahead of their high-profile cricket tour to the Republic in the next 2 months. So India are due to play 3 tests, 3 ODIs and then 4 T20s between the 17th of December and 26th of January. The Department of International Relations and Cooperation said in a statement that a full biosecure environment will be established around both the South African and Indian A teams, as well as the 2 national sides. Then on to last night's footballing action. Liverpool, well, they're on fire at the moment. They stormed to an impressive 4-1 win over Everton in the Merseyside derby in the standout clash of the night last night. Winger and frontman Mo Salah is just continuing on his trajectory. He netted twice for the Reds at Goodison Park. Then in another match that also stood out, Bernardo Silva scored a contender to goal of the season as Man City beat Aston Villa 2-1 to give Steven Gerrard his first taste of defeat at the helm. And that keeps the pressure on Chelsea. And speaking of the Blues, they ran out 2-1 winners against Watford thanks to a 73rd minute goal from Hakim Ziyech. Then Leicester and Southampton drew 2 apiece. That game had to be temporarily stopped though after a fan collapsed in the crowd. Then Wolves and Burnley ended goalless, while Brighton and West Ham, they couldn't be separated with 1 goal apiece there as well. Now on to athletics and award season. So Norwegian 400-meter hurdler Karsten Warholm and Jamaican sprinter Elaine Thompson-Herah have been named World Athletics World Athletes of the Year, respectively. Now, Warholm received his men's award for smashing the 29-year-old world record in winning Tokyo Olympic gold. Now, his time of 45.94 seconds is now widely considered one of the greatest Olympic track performances of all time. Then, on the other hand, Thompson-Herah took the women's award for achieving the sprint double at a 2nd consecutive Olympics. Then we round off on an emotional note as former British #1 Joanna Conte has announced her retirement from tennis. That happened yesterday. The 30-year-old has struggled with persistent knee injuries over the past couple of seasons and has now slipped down to 113th in the world rankings, a far cry from her career high of #4. Conte, who reached the semi-finals of 3 of the 4 majors, plus the quarterfinals of the US Open. Now in June, Conte won the Nottingham Open, becoming the first British woman to lift a WTA title on home soil since Sue Barker achieved the feat back in 1981. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this hour at least. We'll touch on them again at 8 right now, though. Let's focus on the weather.
Thank you, Graham. And we're going to head down under. Continuous extreme bad weather yesterday left thousands of Australians without power, and the Bureau of Meteorology warned that the adverse conditions were not yet over. The Bureau said flash flooding, large hail and damaging wind gusts were possible. Severe thunderstorms were also predicted for Melbourne. The city experienced lower than average temperatures and above average rainfall last month, which was Australia's wettest November on record. Heavy rain led to flash flooding in parts of Melbourne. Buildings were damaged and roads closed as severe storms battered the city yesterday. Many car accidents occurred and a train derailed due to the severe conditions. Melbourne Airport recorded gusts of up to 106 kilometers per hour. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly all of those down under during this difficult time. And now we're also bringing things back to our own shores. Every morning we ask you for your sunrise views, and you never disappoint. So let's take a look at those sunrise images that was taken by you, our beloved Expresso viewers. Gregory Noble from George kicks us off for our 7 a.m. update with this picturesque image looking towards the mountains in the distance. Absolutely beautiful. And Louise G. Cherry from Alberton, as well as a friend of the show, captured yet another fantastic image of her area, showing off the stunning colors spread across the sky as the day begins. Thank you for that, Louise. Well, let's get into your temperatures. We'll start off in Polokwane. If you're there, partly cloudy day with a high of 30. Mbombela 21, reaching a high of 32. Pretoria 18, 30. Johannesburg 16, 26. Thunder showers can be expected in Mahikeng 19's your low, 28 your high. Thunder showers in Klerksdorp 16, 26. Kimberley 15, reaching a high of 29. Thunder showers in Bloemfontein 13's your low, 27 your high. A sunny day in Richards Bay with a high of 37. Pietermaritzburg 16, reaching a high of 32. Durban expects some thunder showers, a low of 20, a high of 28. Rainy conditions in Mthatha, a low of 11, a high of 30. East London 14, 22. Cradock 7, reaching a high of 27. Rain can be expected in Gqeberha, 13's your low, 20 your high. George 11, reaching a high of 16. Rain throughout Cape Town, a low of 15, a high of 18 for today. Worcester, cold and wet, a low of 7, a high of 21. Sutherland 5, reaching a high of 21. And a sunny day in Uppington, a low of 17 and a high of 33 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where we leave your weather for now. A final update coming your way shortly after 8.
Okay. Serious business now. Okay.
Yes.
This is probably the most important question you can ask yourself all year. What important piece of technology is on your child's Christmas wish list? Because you've got to get it right. because they've been waiting for Christmas the whole year.
That's very
serious business. No, I've told my child what he most wants is a PlayStation 5.
You told him
I told him that's
but
what
does he want?
I think he's ready. He's played it now, and he loves the game. And that's amazing. Intuitively, he just got it. You know, like kids' brains they pick up things like that. So I think that's there. Maybe a nice educational tablet, but a kid's one that's safe, like something like that. I think he would really love.
And you sure the PS5 is not for you, G-Man?
No, of course.
Oh, of course not. Let's actually just find out what you guys have to say on our social media platforms. Now we have Teresa Zitzman saying, my son, a new tablet, and while my daughter, a new iPhone. Oh, how old are the kids?
Spoilings.
Yolandi Sprinkanos said, Tech Thursday Expresso show, my son's wish is for a cell phone and a PlayStation. That PlayStation is probably one of the top must-haves for the kids these days.
And you don't necessarily have to go for like the brand new latest. You can get a second-hand one that's kind of, you know, been used as an entry level. You know, think about it. Then Linda Tolo saying, my daughter's birthday's on Christmas Day and she really wants a laptop. Well, if you combine a birthday and Christmas, maybe that deserves a bit of a laptop.
It does.
Then Darusha saying, well, Peyton Narasi is after my phone, so I need to upgrade myself and give her this. I think that was a little bit of a dick. I love it. A Christmas swipe. We love it. I think, yes, it's clear that we all would love a little bit of tech, and there's some amazing tech for our kids, but keep sharing with us. Let us know what is at the top of your child's Christmas wish list.
Simple as CBD should be.
Some people just choose to experience life the normal way, while some choose to experience life the red way. Some just stream content, and some really get immersed in it. Some want to be connected, but we really got the plug that makes things easier. Some say they've got your back, but we really have your back. It's a first, not just for us, but for everyone, so that you never miss a chance of being connected. Switch to a new Vodacom Red plan, and let's go further together. Experience Red and unlock more this summer. Further together, Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso as we continue down Tech Avenue, and we love the fact that there is an array of awesome tech for us because Christmas is around the corner and gifts for gamers are a contentious issue. But we're going to give you a few ideas. First of all, the danger for buying something that you know nothing about for someone who knows everything about that thing.
Very hard.
It's a very dangerous thing. So you buy something and you think, oh, these are the coolest earphones. And he's like, yeah, thanks, man. I'll give them to my 3-year-olds, you know?
That happened to me all the time, okay? So growing up, I still hold this against my mom. Mom, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Mama.
But I remember when I turned 13, all I wanted was a copy of Gran Turismo. And my mom got me much better now as an adult. I understand, like a hi-fi system with speakers.
Ooh.
And I was like, but you didn't listen to me.
Yeah, man.
I wanted Grand
Okay, so the first step here is gamers, or if you are a child who is gaming, drop the right kind of hints so your parents know.
Listen to the person who is asking. Trust me, if your child wants something or a gamer wants
that's
something.
That's the first thing out the way. The second thing is we do have an amazing array. So let's inspire with some really cool gadgets.
So these are all like what I like to think of as key staples that you might not buy for yourself as a gamer because you're a bit worried about like money, and it's such a nice thing to get as a gift. And the first one is a very good headset. So there are a couple of things that you want to look for inside a gaming headset. If you want to splash out, you can get wireless ones like these. These are wireless ones.
That looks like a pilot could wear it. Literally,
these are amazing. No, I really like these. And then some of them also have like detachable microphones. Parents can like this as well, because if you've got younger kids and you don't want them to chat online, you can just remove the microphone.
Okay,
so that's a little way to handle that. So that's cool. That's beautiful. That's a cool way. So look for wireless.
And you get some cool kids ones. You can find some pretty cool versions out there. Yeah,
it looks really cool. So those are some of the
gaming headset done.
Okay, cool. Then you get different kinds of keyboards. Now, gaming keyboards is a whole nother realm. And I would love at some stage to do like a whole insert on it. But these, you can see, are very silent keys. Mm-hmm. They don't really make a huge noise. And they also have
they've got nice
RGB behind them.
Pushback latency, is that a thing?
It's called key travel.
Key travel, yeah.
So key travel, yeah. So that's what cool. But this is a 60% one. So there's no function keys and there's no numpad on the side.
Okay.
So it's a lot smaller.
Do away with the superfluous stuff you don't need.
Yeah, and you might have a keyboard already that you're buying a gamer for, but something smaller like this means that there are lots of these on the market at the moment, and it means that maybe you can use it in a different room, or if you want to do some work, but you don't want like this massive gargantuan thing on the desk, that's a little bit more elegant.
Gamers who are playing on their keyboard, it's kind of like a maturation of the gamer who's kind of taking things a bit more seriously, moving on to the PC, they're going to need a keyboard to match.
So talking about the PC, you can also get a gaming mouse. This is a wireless gaming mouse, and one of the things that you can look for is that when you are buying mice for yourself, or mouses actually is the plural, for gamers, you're probably not looking for a wireless one because it's going to cost you too much. So it's a great way to give somebody a gift with something.
A little bit, it's spoilings because it's Christmas and they wouldn't necessarily fork out for themselves, but you can do it.
Yeah, and gaming mice can be quite expensive. So look at something that, like, if you know that you can upgrade their existing one, that's a great way. And also there's something called DPI on the box. Just make sure it's the highest number.
DPI'd.
The most one that you can find on the shelf. That's it.
Okay, brilliant.
Then if this isn't in your price range, and this is quite, I know that gaming gear can be quite pricey.
Maybe speak to the rest of the family and all chip together to get them that one thing that they really like.
One like a game controller. The game controllers are about 1,000 Rand each.
Really?
Now.
Okay.
And like it's very expensive for a lot of people to buy this as a gift. But when you get one and the family's pitched in for one, it's such an invaluable thing to have around the house as a gamer.
Well, a year later, then it's paid for itself because you really are. Your child's going to get so much out of it. I love that. Cool.
So one of these will never go to waste, and it's also a present for the whole family because a lot of people can play with you.
Yeah, you're all going to be playing.
Yeah, all going to be playing. And then gaming accessories like this, like a controller holder. These are a lot less. These are a lot less expensive. They're a lot cheaper that you can get, and they are quite nice to have. So like these ones hold.
It's so cool, like to buy a complimentary thing like that. But if your child loves a Spider-Man or a He-Man or whatever the case, you can find something that works for them.
Yeah, and it's just nice to have. And this is what I would get. Like, so this was actually a gift that my brother gave me for Christmas last year.
And are you going to re-gift it to me this year? That's what you must do. You must re-gift it.
But like I don't know, like Amble's a little bit like worried because she doesn't want like my gaming setup. Maybe for the kid, but for me. But anyway, it's very cool for a lot of people, especially if you know that they're a fan of something like Spider-Man or whatever.
It's quirky and it's cool. Yeah.
And it's something that again you wouldn't have bought for yourself. That's the object for the gift. You wouldn't have bought this for yourself, but you know that it's going to get good use in the household.
One thing that you most want this Christmas as a gamer, what's that thing you think most gamers are going to be lusting after?
Look, it's hard. So a lot of people ask this question. It's probably also, again, last resort, get vouchers. If you know that there is a shop that your gamer in your household shops
at. What about V-Bucks? Can you not gift them money to spend in-game?
Yeah, so you can't gift V-Bucks, but you can buy V-Bucks on their behalf. You can give them an IOU card and log into their account after Christmas and sign in and buy the V-Bucks. So digital currency in games is a big deal. If there is a game that you know that the gamer in your household plays, Call of Duty or Fortnite or so on, and you can do that, or you can get credits to buy those games at your favorite
If you want to know what V-Bucks are, if your child is playing like Fortnite or anything like that, just go and have a look at your credit card slips and just double check. Absolutely love it. Some amazing options for entry level and for the more ardent gamers. Go and spoil your family this Christmas because, man, we've earned it this year. Wow. You could be a pilot.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a pilot.
You do look like a pilot now.
Okay, cool.
No, you don't. Not at all.
Cut to the next scene.
In case you didn't know, Christmas is just around the corner. We're always looking for fun and new ways to make some of your family favorites. Now, these mince pies have a soft and crumbly pastry filled with all that spicy, fruity goodness. Teresa is back in the kitchen to show us this. I have a confession, Mzansi. Me and mince pies.
Oh,
no.
Not your favorite. It's not for everyone. I adore homemade mince pies.
Really? My family loves it. Even trifle. I do not sit well with trifle. So maybe you'll convince me otherwise with mince pies. Everyone's like, you have to try mine. So I'm going to try yours today.
Okay.
And maybe this will be the game changer.
Brilliant, brilliant. So we're going to make our pastry from scratch. It's very, very easy. And then we're going to use a store-bought mincemeat filling.
Okay.
So I'll show you how it's done. And we're going to do it in the blender, in the food processor. And I'd actually do this at home. And it's much, much easier.
And I brought my friend along today. We're using the air fryer for this one.
I wasn't going to say anything.
It's bring your air fryer to work day to day.
I see.
Quick, easy. I know you don't have one yet. This is going to be the game changer. We're teaching each other our ways today. So from one mom to the other, I'm teaching you the convenient way of life. So you have some
flour in here, and I'm going to add some butter. And then you're just going to blitz this until it resembles breadcrumbs. It just takes a couple of seconds.
Okay, we love that.
Right, here we go. Oh, no.
Is it on?
I think so.
Plug it in.
There we go. Sometimes you have to put the seat on. So, I mean, look at that, a couple of seconds. I'm going to do a few more.
Just to get it nice together.
Yeah, nice and crumbly. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Nice and easy. You can do it by hand. You can rub it in. Just takes a little bit longer. And then we're going to add an egg yolk.
There we go. That's popping in.
And a little bit of milk.
Normal full cream milk?
Yeah, perfect. And some sugar. And it's really as easy as that. So blitz it just until it comes together. Don't overmix your dough, please, because it'll be tough.
And then again, I'm not going to eat it.
And it's really as easy as that. Perfect. Yeah. So once you've blitzed it all together and it's formed a nice dough, you can just tip it out onto your work surface, knead it together, and then you're going to end up with something like that.
TV magic over here.
So you can just dust a bit of flour onto your surface. And you know what we do every December, and my kids keep asking me, when are we going to do it? We make mince pies as a family.
Okay.
And the kids are bigger now, so they can roll the dough, they can cut the circles, and they absolutely love it. So just get them involved. Let them fill the mince pies.
Certainly.
Get a production line going.
Start selling them to everyone at church on Christmas morning. Let them work.
So all you need to do is roll your dough out, and then you can either make, nice and thin. You can either make little hand pies, or if you have a muffin tray or a cupcake tray, you can use something like that. Okay. So get a circle cutter. If you don't have a circle cutter, use a glass or a small plate or anything that has this shape. And you're going to cut out the shape that's just a little bit bigger than your tray.
Okay, there we go.
And then you can pop it in. Oh, good job there.
Am I winning? I feel like I'm failing here, but
no, it's looking good.
Okay, perfect.
Looking good.
You can tell me when I stop.
There we go.
Here we go.
So very, very easy. You're just going to cut out your circle, and then you're going to pop it into your tray. Oh, just get that out the way. Just like that. So yeah, just make sure the circle's a little bit bigger. And then take your fruit mince. You can also make this at home, but I must be honest, I don't do that very often.
You don't. You just buy it, convenience. That's okay.
Pop a little bit in. Try not to overfill your mince pie because it might explode in the oven. I know it's tempting. And then what you can do, because we put some egg yolk in our dough, so we use the egg white to actually glue it together, so nothing goes to waste.
I love that.
Just use that as the glue, which is going to help seal it together. Pop it on top. And then what I'm actually going to do is try and lift this out so we can pop it in our air fryer.
Okay, so I will come around.
Let me try and get this out.
And then our air fryer is nice and warm, so we're going to do 160 degrees for 15 minutes.
That's it.
And you just pop that
Cut some little slits in the top as well so the steam can come out. Pop it in.
Boom.
In 15 minutes, you've got beautiful homemade mince pies. So delicious.
Starting it up. And there you have it. You can
so good.
serve it with some nice custard, dust it off with some icing sugar.
Yes.
Mince pies served differently this year, and I'm definitely going to try it.
Give it another go.
I do love this recipe, but for you at home, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, expressoshow.com is for that mince pies for this festive season. I want to try some more. Can we try some more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Got it.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. Well, listen.
Oh, I love mince pies, first of all, so please say
It is a challenge.
Okay.
And speaking of challenges, the challenge is accepted and it is expected with AEG this festive season.
Yeah, so here's the good news. You stand a chance of winning your share of 100,000 Rand with AEG on Expresso so you can impress in the kitchen. That's 10 prizes of 10,000 Rand cash.
And 10 fortunate winners.
Very.
Now to enter, go on over to Twitter or on Expresso's Facebook page and comment on the AEG post telling us how you will plan to change up the celebrations this holiday season with hashtag AEG festive flavor.
So what are the plans? So mine are still up in the air, so I'm not sure. I'm hoping that I can get an opportunity to cook a turkey for my family. That's what I'd like to do, but we'll see. But what are your Christmas vibes?
I feel very grown up because I've invited mom and dad and brother to come spend Christmas with me. Normally,
so will mama still cook at your place, or will you do it together?
It's expected of mom to cook, but this year I am hosting. I've never hosted before. I always go home for Christmas, so that's how I'm going to be changing things up.
Okay, that's a change up. No, that's an impressive change up. New house, new kitten, and I'm going to host Christmas. That's how we do it. Well, we want to hear your stories of what you'll be doing to change up the celebration.
That's right. And remember, we could be calling you live on Expresso to announce your 10,000 Rand winnings. So head on over to the social media pages now to comment with your hashtag AEG festive flavor to enter.
And we want you to elevate the everyday in your home with AEG this holiday season. So enter, good luck, and if you want to find any of the terms and conditions, head over to expressoshow.com. Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Time to get a little bit nostalgic. Well, I certainly do, just by seeing the shoe. Youth shoe brand Toughies is enlisting the help of top local influencers on social media platforms like YouTube, like Instagram, like TikTok, to help young South African learners identify and develop their unique online brand and personality and unlock an exciting world of opportunity. Discover their digital selves. And we are joined by Joanna from the Barter South Africa team and YouTuber and comedian, youthfluencer, Frev, ready to tell us more. Look how youthful he is. Hey, you're so youthful. Look at your youthful hair. Do you a youthful toss in your hair? Beard. Great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for joining us. This is quite an interesting thing because I think so much about the future of my child and their digital presence, and they're going to live digitally. They're going to be living through the games that they play. They're going to be certainly living through their social media connections. Why do this? This is quite progressive and ahead of the curve.
I think you're spot on there. I think for myself, just as a parent, I have 2 kids. I'm a mum to a teen and a tween.
Ooh, good.
So, you know, the trend is definitely on par. And as a parent, you need to stay abreast of these trends. Otherwise, you're going to be left for the dark ages. So
well, it terrifies me, actually, to be out.
Yeah, at the pace and how they're evolving. So, yeah, it's the age of technology, the digital innovation. And then I also have to put on a corporate hat. So I represent brands, I market them. And Toughies is one of them today. So as a brand that puts on shoes to like 4 million kids across the country, we need to be quite responsible and ahead of that curve. So, yeah, Toughies.
The problem with a Toughie is that it's so good that one pair will last you until you outgrow it.
Old schooling.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
old schooling.
I might get your sister's hand-me-down.
Yeah,
that's like that. So, you know, like I would imagine you're always at constant war in the sales category here because, you know, once it's gone, that's it. The customer gone because they'll keep it for the rest of their life. No, I love it. What sessions have we got planned? Set the picture for us.
Yeah, so it's quite exciting. We have a webinar that's planned for next week, Wednesday. It's the 8th to the 10th of December. It's an online training session where we're going to train kids how to become a youthfluencer, just like Prev here is. So it's quite exciting. It's between 10 a.m. until 12 noon. Each of those 3 days. So we're quite excited about it. Kids can simply register and it's free.
I was about to say it's free.
It's free. It's free, guys. We're going to train you all. Yep. And parents are welcome as well.
Reach that point, but we just got to do gigs for free now.
Yeah,
because,
you know what I'm saying? For exposure.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love it. No, what a wonderful thing to be a part of because you're connecting with young people at a critical phase. Why did you want to get on board this? Could you have done with a bit of a training?
100%. I mean, like I was chatting earlier to Swastika and the team, when I started making videos on the internet, we had no blueprint, we had no guideline, we had no idea what this influencer online space was. So I sort of had to navigate it myself. And so now that Toughies is getting me and 2 other influencers, as well as some great marketing people from Vega and involved, we get to teach the ins and outs of the business because, I mean, content creation is not about picking up your camera and doing whatever you want, especially if you want to make it a business, which is what it's become.
There's a formula.
There's a formula to it, there's a method to it, and there's a whole blueprint for it now, which I think is very important, like we were saying, because everything is now on the internet and business is there. I think it's very important to teach these kids that this influencer lifestyle is not about flying to different cities and posting cool pictures and working with cool brands, but there's a business and
potentially an income.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a brand to look after and develop. So I'm very passionate about that because I have a lot of young kids that follow me that want to do this. And I always tell them it's not that easy, but as long as you take the time to learn, you know, you can do it. So I'm so excited to be a part of this.
At the heart of it, what makes a good influencer, do you think?
Firstly, I don't like the word influencer. I feel like...
Influencing me right now. I'm different before you started talking now. I'm thinking maybe I need to enroll myself in a course. You've influenced
Please join
me.
our course.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you see, I feel like influencing and content creation are 2 different things. To influence, you need to have a brand and you need to have a presence in order to influence. But to get to influencer status, you need to create content first and figure out who you are as a person, as a brand, because I'm a comedian, so I make skits and comedy content. You get people who do fashion, you get people who do food. Like
I do washing. I become a mom dad. That's my thing, and I'm the mom dad.
You know what I'm saying? That's a brand in its own. You can definitely do that. So I think, you know, it's important to teach them that influencing is a certain level that you need to get to, but you got to start with content creation, which is the core of it.
And you got to maintain that quality,
100%.
right? Consistency, I've heard, is absolutely
100%.
And authenticity, right?
Yes.
Very quickly, Swastika, how can people join up? You say it's for free. How do we get involved?
So you just need to visit our Toughies website. It's toughies.co.za. It's as simple as that. It's like 3 or 4 fields, and you get a link to join the session. It's the same link every day.
You have to buy a pair of shoes to do it.
Nope. There's no strings attached, guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you
No strings
sure?
attached.
Buy a pair anyway, man, because they'll last you a lifetime. As we said, an opportunity, I think, to delve into a space that is so exciting and also a little bit terrifying for parents. So this is where the education starts, and it could be something really remarkable. I mean, look at the lecturers that you're going to be dealing with. And of course, registration closes on the 7th of December, but you can go to toughies.co.za and just simply click on the register button. It really is that easy. Go and enjoy. Maybe you'll discover your calling in life. At the very least, you'll get a really good pair of school shoes.
Thanks, G-Man. Well, you know what? 2021 is very slowly, I actually should say fastly, coming to a close. December already feels as though, the festive season is kicking in, and there's the forever responsibilities that come with it, and a lot to juggle. So we are here to help by keeping at least one thing quick and convenient, and that is mealtime with Simply Chicken.
Now remember, Simply Chicken are giving you the chance to win an instant vortex air fryer every week. You know how much I love my air fryer. Over the next few weeks as well. And to become this week's lucky winner, simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page and tell us your hashtag Real Mom Festive Holiday Season stories. We'd love to hear it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that. And not only do you stand a chance to win an amazing air fryer, but also a chance to tell your story on Expresso and automatically be entered into the draw for the grand prize. And in fact, it's a cash prize of 10,000 Rand.
And of course, remember to include that hashtag. It's very important. Hashtag Real Mom, as well as hashtag Simply Chicken in your answer. Now, the competition does close at midday tomorrow. That is Friday, the 3rd of December. And those T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. So get entering.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Do I look excited? Well, first of all, because I'm standing next to a giant octopus with awesome tentacles. It's lovely. I feel like I'm just like I've walked into a kid's animation or something awesome. What makes me really excited is the fact that Christmas is here and we are celebrating those who kept our light shining bright. So we have selected a few Woolies Christmas gifts for the little ones amongst us, our kiddies in some cases, our relatives, the people that we love the most, those that have gotten us through the darkest times. And boy, haven't we been put through the darkest times.
We have.
So who's going to start?
Oh, is it okay if I start?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I decided to choose something for my mama bear because she is just absolutely amazing. She always looks after the family. And so for those who don't know, my mom is an excellent cook. She loves making her stews. But on a Saturday, she doesn't cook on a Friday, but on a Saturday, she always plays around with some fun things. So she'll either make a quiche or a stir fry. So I decided to get my mama bear this amazing yeast-free pizza kit. It also comes with this wonderful wooden board so you can serve it, and everything she needs is in here. She just needs to add the wet ingredients, and it really will make for a fun entertainment
Yeah,
gift.
it's cute because it is really fun to make a pizza, and it's actually quite simple, but I love it, and you can make it with all the flavors you love. I love that.
And this is strategic because Mama's coming to me.
Of
I was going to say that, so
Is
she's
this
going
for
to make
you,
us
Zoe?
And what
pizza.
are
for
the
mommy.
chances that this is going to be left at your house?
I know. Listen, I was a bit sneaky there.
Very
And then, of course, I really need to spoil my mom because she always looks after everyone else first. I've got this beautiful candle. I'm going through a candle phase, all thanks to load shedding.
And you know, those are the kind of gifts that you buy Mama, and she's never going to open it. She's never going to burn the candle because it just looks so lovely.
And then, of course, a beautiful diffuser. This is the sleep fragrance. This is amazing to put anywhere in the house, and you always, whenever you walk into that room, you just get that amazing
I've got a couple that I need to buy. That's beautiful.
So I really think my mom's
Lavender
going to
oil.
love these. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, can I go? Because I feel like
Please,
it's a
go,
show
go,
and
go,
tell.
go, go.
Yes.
I've decided to give two people in my life. So one, obviously, being a mama, I decided to give Luca first. We'll go with Luca's gift first. He is obsessed with colors right now, so everything is like, Mom, can you guess this color? What color is this? What color is this? I thought this beautiful. Color this in, little chocolate. Is it shortcake festive? So it's an advent calendar. So you get to count down everything, color it in, and then of course we get to share the chocolates together. How cute is this?
I'm yet to meet a child.
I'm liking the South African festive vibe of being by the ocean and the sea. It's like so authentic. Let's be honest. Who's that for?
This is Casicles, okay? So it's Rudolph and his friends. It is shortbread cakes.
It's cute,
How
man.
cute is this? So I guess this is for both of us. Again, we are sharing this. It's all about sharing. It's a treat for him.
The time,
treat
you know,
for
the time
Mama.
between Christmas and Boxing Day, it's all bets off. You can eat whatever you want. You know that, eh?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Doesn't count.
Let me actually put this in because I've got him a lot of things.
Oh my gosh,
and
it's
then
so fun to buy for kids.
I cannot wait for our days off so we can actually just go to the beach. So this beautiful beach bag has a beautiful bright towel inside it as well.
And the beach toys, they can be wet and they can drip through the bag. That's brilliant. That's such a clever idea.
And you know what's quite cool about these gifts? Also, if you want to personalize it, you can put Luca's name on the towel.
Can certainly do that as well. And the towel actually dries so quickly, so I don't have to fuss about going to the beach and making sure that he wets everything. The next gift is also for my mom's twin brother. So I don't know if you guys know this, but my mom's actually a twin. So he's Uncle Father Patrick Domberg, and he's like my father figure in my life. So I thought, you know, this year I'm going to gift him with something special. So I decided he has a very sweet tooth. Every Sunday when he comes to our house, he's always like, "Mr. Nick's lekker." So this is something lekker for you, Uncle Pat. So I obviously got him a massive slab of those chocolates as well.
Careful, the chocolate.
Beautiful. And then this tin as well. So again, some chocolate malt.
Well, give him one and keep one at your house so that every time he comes over, there's always one left there.
Get one free.
In the tin.
And then, of course, because he's obviously in the parish every Sunday, he's always going to have to smell good, look good. So we got him some blue fragrances for the men as well. So he's sorted. My gifts are sorted. G-Man, I know you as well.
Can we also just tip our hats for the bags? How cute and gorgeous are they? So I've got one there for my Georgie Poo and one for Jack. That's obviously for Georgie. There we go. Well, and I'll fly through these very quickly. Okay, first of all, can everyone just get out? Just get out.
Getting out.
Oh, my word. And so she doesn't know I'm getting a new bed, so this is going to be sitting on the bed when she walks in. It's gorgeous, it's cute, it's got a little noise. It's absolutely lovely. You just have a little look at that.
I'll hold on to this.
And he's happy and he's smiling. And then because she absolutely loves them, Christmas march, well, we all love them. And it's nice and, you know, we'll gift everyone one on Christmas morning. Absolutely beautiful. I know she'll absolutely love them. And obviously being as young as she is with the chocolate marshmallow.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And on the new bedding.
I love at that young phase where they're so willing to share.
You're gonna hold reindeer there. You're gonna keep
reindeer.
them going.
There we go.
So I think she'll absolutely love that, and it's so cute. And then I went a similar route with you because Jack and I do spend a lot of time on the beach, and we got him this beautiful beach bag. And this is so cool because you can see what's in it. You don't lose it. You can shake out all the sand. It really is practical. Honestly, it makes a big difference. And then because it was so cute, and everybody loves a chuckle, we got him the chuckle truck, which he can keep, and he can put cool little trinkets in. He loves collecting things, and obviously we all get to enjoy a truckle. Absolutely beautiful.
And what you can do with that when it's empty, you can put a little slit at the top and it becomes like a little money box.
Oh, that's so clever. Absolutely awesome. We love it. And we've got some great news for you guys because we are giving you the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. 1,000 Rand. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or our Twitter or our Instagram page and tell us what Woolies gift would you like to give a loved one this festive season. We've given you a couple of cool ideas here, and remember to include that hashtag Woolies Christmas. The competition closes Monday, the 6th of December. That's next Monday coming, and the terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Why do I suddenly feel like a chuckle? Do you think you'll miss one?
No,
it's got tape on it.
you can't open that.
Close.
Right.
This Christmas, we're celebrating those who kept our light shining bright. So wrap some thoughtful gifts and celebrate moments that matter with Woolies.
All right, so let's get serious now for a second. Practicing good money habits will stand you in good stead for your entire future.
I think 100 Rand is just a clipper. It's a fresh fade or prepaid electricity. It also gets you a gold credit card from only 40 Rand per month, and you still get change. So, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously? Get a Nedbank Gold credit card that helps you afford more.
Oh, I'm really enjoying these money talks, and starting a new business or a side hustle is always exciting. And one of the biggest enablers of of success is finding new ways to engage with clients and also make the purchase process as seamless as possible. That's exactly why Tabiso visited Mama Teresa's Cuisine in Joburg to find out how Nedbank's money message is helping this business owner take her home business to the next level.
Yep, future entrepreneurs, take note, because this one might just be for you.
Anyone will tell you the way to my heart is food. Yes, but if you want to keep my heart and you want to stay in my heart, make sure it's African traditional cuisine. That's why I've traveled all the way out to Johannesburg in 4 ways to meet with a business owner. She runs a business called Mama Teresa, and her name is Eunice. She's transformed her business using Nedbank's money message in the most incredible way. I love a success story, so come with me. Mama Eunice, so good to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Thanks for having me. It smells so good.
Oh, they are wrong. Wow. Oh, yes.
Chipo, so good to see you. I am so happy smelling all of this food here. I mean, I'll tell you this, Mama Eunice. Chipo is a big believer in your business, always recommending it.
Oh, yes.
And I can see why.
There's a menu for you. Have a look at what we've got today.
Great. And what's your favorite Chipo?
Listen, she makes the best gizzards in town. Listen, and then she has this like spicy rice sometimes. Don't tell my doctor, I'm not supposed to have cabbage, but she makes this amazing cabbage. So, oh, I'm so hungry.
Well, you got my full attention. Gizzards it is. Thanks, Mama Eunice.
All right, perfect.
Chipo, long time.
Long time. Hey, how are you?
I am so good. This is impressive. And you're a regular customer here for Mama Teresa. I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it smells so good. It's so inviting. But let's talk about Nedbank's money message, which is a solution that you've come up with and Mama Teresa is using. Tell me all about it.
So, you know, money message for me is typically one of those great South African stories. So stories such as Mama Teresa, where someone starts a side hustle, right? And the first thing they have to think about is, how do I get people to pay me, right? I remember the first time I bought from Mama Teresa, I asked her, so how have you been accepting payments? And she says, some people come with cash, some people order and they never pitch up to collect their orders. So many things that entrepreneurs go through. And we introduced her to money message, and I'm so excited at the fact that she's enjoying it and she's using it so regularly. So money message essentially is a WhatsApp payment capability. So essentially, you can accept orders on WhatsApp, you can invoice somebody on WhatsApp and receive your payment.
Accepting payments as a business and being able to make payments as a customer all on WhatsApp. I mean, it sounds incredibly convenient, but the question is, how safe and secure is it?
Not to get too technical, right, but there's something we call 3D secure. So when you do an online purchase or you're about to do an EFT transfer, same process follows, where you have to authenticate either with your finger or you have to do an approve it message. It's the same process that we follow. None of the information, such as your card details or your personal information, is stored on WhatsApp. So that's really, really important. We made sure that all the security protocols are followed. So this payment capability is very, very secure.
This is really incredible because I know that there are so many people out there always looking at, you know, the next side hustle.
Yeah.
Is there a specific type of business that can sign up for Nedbank's Money Message?
Literally anybody, Tabby, so anybody. So, South African citizen, non-South African citizen. If you're a South African citizen, all we need is your ID or your driver's license. If you're a non-South African, then you can use your passport. But also, you don't have to bank with Nedbank. So you could be banking with any other bank.
So here's my ID, here's my phone.
Let's do it. First step, save the following number on your phone, right? 087 240 6272.
Okay, done.
Right, say hi on WhatsApp.
To the number?
Yes,
Okay.
It's like you're talking to somebody.
Okay, Nedbank, Money Message. Hi, done, yeah.
Right, and then it's gonna ask you to follow a few prompts. So load your ID. All right.
Here we go. That's done. Payment is done, Chipo.
How simple was that?
Really, really simple. I love it. And the food is here. Thanks, Eunice. I'll take mine in the meantime. I see you eyeing both bags. Eunice, the story of your business is an inspiring one. But during a very tragic time with the pandemic, you started this business, Mama Teresa. Tell me all about it.
Well, look, this started in the first part of lockdown. I think it was level 5. And I was looking for what else or what extra thing to do that can actually add more in my finances. And then I realized, oh, I can cook. And then I realized there was a market that a lot of people want traditional foods, but they don't have time to cook, you know. So then I said, okay, let's turn passion into profits.
Forgive me for it, Eunice, but I'm about to share your secret with the country. We know that Nedbank Money Message, that's been the secret ingredient to your business. How has it helped you?
That actually took Mama Teresa by storm. I must say it has made my business much easier, and everybody is on WhatsApp these days. It's basically just an age that we're living in. So if I can order on WhatsApp and be able to pay on WhatsApp, I mean, that's, my client love it. And I issue very nice, you know, colorful invoices with my logo on, you know, so when they receive it, it looks so professional. I'm able to trace my payments. I'm able to do what I did during the week, you know, those transaction records, and I absolutely love it. I think I would encourage every small business out there, even big businesses, to actually get on it, because it will bring accountability, order, and just doing business in a smart way.
Anybody who is like Mama Teresa, right, who started a side hustle, go ahead, try it out, right? It will bring convenience. You can track your invoices, which means you can reconcile very easily what you've sold in the week and what you've received and what you haven't received. Most importantly, this is for everybody.
You know what? You've got my appetite buzzing for starting a side hustle, without a doubt. But I'm hungry too. So shall we get going? Thanks so much, Eunice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so lovely to see you. All the best.
All the best.
I'll be back here in 4 ways.
You better be. You better be.
Oh, Chipo, that was so wholesome. It was so good.
Amazing, wasn't it?
It really was. Thank you so much for lunch, but also for introducing me to Eunice. I think that I'm gonna be back here. I'm sure
you're gonna be back here. It was amazing. So
it was.
I need to get this to my kids, but it was great seeing you. You take care of yourself.
You too. You do
Take
the same.
care.
Well, there you have it. If you have a small business or a side hustle, or if you dream of starting one, then make sure that Nedbank's Money Message is the payment solution that you get onto to help you engage with your customers. Now, while you engage with your customers, I'm going to be engaging with this food here. Catch you later.
Thank you so much, Tabzi. To register for Nedbank Money Message, all you have to do is simply send the message hi to 087 240 6272 on WhatsApp, or you can simply visit nedbank.co.za//money message.
There we go. And this is going to change and elevate your business. To give it a go and check it out. Your feel-good breakfast show, and we have a very important question. Are you the life of the party, headed out for date night perhaps, or do you just want to be the best dressed guest this festive season? Well, no matter the reason, with Christmas's newest collection, Time to Shine, you can be rest assured that your festive outfits will be the talk of the night. That's why we've brought in our fashion and beauty editor, Knox Mafu, who is here to spill the beans on occasion wear for the season from Woolworths. And I'm so excited. I follow a lot of American Instagram accounts, and they always get so dressed up for the festive season, do family photos.
Absolutely.
And we need to do that here in South Africa too.
We've got a lot to celebrate. We've come a long way. I think it's a brilliant time to find that inner shine. And I think this whole range has a wonderful way of doing that.
Oh, and it is time to shine. So how would you sum up this collection from Woolworths?
Well, I think what Woolworths is really focused on is really playing between elegance and comfort. So there's a little bit of both. And what I love about it, it really plays into the sparkle, whether it's in your mini, your maxi, or your, halter neck dresses, but also giving that elegance and that real comfortability, which we're really focused on, but in great silhouettes that are just absolutely incredible.
Okay, well, we need to start with the clothing that's on this rail. And please, can we start with this teeny tiny
Oh my God, they are so cute. The kitties have not been left out. And what I love about this range is for the whole family. So here we see two different pieces that obviously play on the Christmas theme with the red one, but then of course your more classic kind of elegant piece with a beautiful waist detail and some ruffles on the shoulder, which are a big theme actually when you see across the whole range. And of course we haven't left the boys out. If you see here, we've got some cute chinos. If you could pull that up,
I'm going to
please.
pull it out for you.
Absolutely.
I'm here for the mini clothing.
The mini clothing, the chinos, and a beautiful little shirt. Just those classic items. But also we know that the way these items are made, there's always a focus on comfortability for the kids and also making sure that their skin and they can play around a bit because after lunch you need to play it off a bit.
True, and I love that this one comes with a bow tie.
Yes,
so
that
dapper.
Exactly. So they will also be the talk of the town. And then, of course, we move into the men's fashion, which kind of goes to the basics. So we've got our... You know, here what I love is that we've got the golf shirt, which comes in beautiful, bright colors, which I think South Africa is always about that. We kind of move away from the classic whites, but into the color. But then, of course, if we want to bring in the classic man, we've got these really slim fit, you know, suits, which are really great.
Oh, and that's like a casual suit because of the elastic.
Exactly. So it's really, really easy to wear. They come in a range of colors, whether it be black, really, really fun. And then, of course, sequins.
Sequins. And that's obviously for us, the grown-ups.
The grown-ups.
The grown ladies.
The grown ladies. So what we'll do is here, we'll start off with this dazzling outfit over here. What I love is really the focus on the detail here, but this comes in a range of colors. I truly was losing my mind when I was in store because there are so many options, I tell you.
I'm looking at how this is looking on screen. It's almost like the camera's not doing the sparkle justice.
Honestly, this is a really great way to sparkle. But of course, if you are someone who's a little bit more casual, you can play between the two pieces which are available. Polka dot definitely having its moment if you haven't seen it.
Polka dots is big right now because for Tuesday, on this past Tuesday, I had our viewers choose and help me choose the dress I had to wear for the show, and they were both polka dot options.
Absolutely. They're having such a big moment. And of course, your more satin, tiered halter dress is also quite popular at the moment.
And that is quite good because that's something you can dress up, you can dress down, day wear, night wear, and also you can get a lot of use out of it. You can wear it beyond the festive season.
Absolutely. And I think that's exactly, that's the joy, I think, of this range, is that it's got that play between the two. We're always looking for sustainable choices. So I think this is a wonderful way to go.
Well, Knox, you know what? We cannot judge the clothing on the hanger. We need to see it on some models. So let's bring in our first fabulous sparkling queen, Miss Jamie Lee Domberg. Look at that tiny waist.
Snatched.
No, honestly,
the word is
I feel like
snatched.
Snatched for the gods. But can I just say that I feel like I need to go dancing. I need to go just moving, grooving in the night because this is what this.
You need a man to take you out on a date.
Absolutely.
That's date night.
Absolutely. We can definitely go to date now. But I love the sparkle detail that we've seen before. There's a really nice focus on the waist, a really great, paired that with some strappy heels, and she's ready for a night out on the town. So really, the versatility of this dress is really, really great, and you look incredible.
Now I need a date. Now I need a date.
Now we need to find a date. South Africa.
But it's going to be difficult.
Let's get to
work. No, we can have a ladies' night date, the three of us, so all the sparkles for the date night.
I like that.
So then I shotgun the silver sequence dress.
So that's you. And then I'm quite happy in my little polka dot.
Salsa night.
Salsa night. We're going to have a little bit of a dance. But I think we need maybe some male energy just to...
we do.
Just to
we do.
balance
Let's
it out.
bring him in.
G-Man, come on, show off what you look like.
The easy.
I kind of feel like I got dressed to go on a date with you. I feel like that's how it's kind of worked out.
We're dance partners.
Exactly. So here we've got Graham in a really chilled but slim fit suit. But what I like about it is the relaxed fit. The material here
is different.
Very different. So it's not like you feel quite relaxed.
It's light and it's chilled. Yeah.
Exactly. Not too stuffy with the African sun. We need to
not too structured and kind of the form is quite loose. It's relaxed. It's a beautiful fabric finish as well. It almost feels like a walnut. It's beautiful. Very,
and then by the time we get to the pants, there's that nice tailored fit to give it that classic finish with the easy tee, a cotton tee, and he is ready for a great day out and about. And so we're going to go dancing after this.
There we go. Can you just picture your little girl in this next to Daddy?
I'll cry.
Like, how cute.
This is supposed to be a time.
And Jack wearing this with the bow tie.
They could be such cute twins together.
This is our next family photo. Sorted. Done.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
Thank you. Oh, G-Man, Jamie looking fabulous.
Absolutely.
Knox, I am so chuffed with all these beautiful pieces you've come to show. And of course, you can shine bright this festive season. You can shop the Time to Shine collection at Woolworths. It's available in-store, online, as well as on the Woolies app. Happy shopping.
A promise to the planet, to tread lightly, to act with care, to think of the future,
to appreciate nature, to shop more sustainably. Woolworths, the difference.
Well, the time now is 1 minute past 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting on the national front, a spike in rabies cases has been reported in the Ethiopian municipality recently. Now, this comes as the National Institute for Communicable Diseases last week reported an increase in the number of human cases of the disease. Ethiopian municipality has warned residents to be vigilant and to keep away from stray animals that may not have been vaccinated against the deadly disease. People bitten by dogs are urged not to delay medical care, as rabies in humans is often fatal but can be treated if medical attention is sought early. And then the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy yesterday announced that it had made a mistake with its fuel price calculations of the already adjusted December fuel hike. Now, this after it had already come into force at retailers across South Africa. Minister Gwede Mantashe said that instead of the 81 cents per litre increase to petrol, it had erred in incorporating 6 cents into the price, which was already included in the September fuel price adjustment. He said the adjustment should have been an increase of 75 cents a litre. Then looking to news further abroad, Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa yesterday said that all residents and visitors who will enter the country are expected to go for mandatory quarantine at their own expense, and this is in an effort to stop the spread of the Omicron variant. The mandatory quarantine of 10 days is regardless of a PCR test result. Now, apart from the quarantine, additional measures introduced include curfew hours to run from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and nightclubs and bars will admit vaccinated clients only. Zimbabwe has not recorded a case of the Omicron variant yet. Then staying with your international news, European Union countries should consider mandatory vaccination to combat COVID and the Omicron variant, the head of its commission said yesterday. Ursula von der Leyen said vaccines would be crucial in the fight against the highly contagious new variant. Some 24 countries have reported cases of Omicron, and the EU has tightened travel restrictions since it was first reported. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has said early signs were that most cases of the Omicron variant were mild and not severe. And then finally, some great news concerning one of the world's most magnificent animals. The jaguar is undoubtedly one of the most magnificent animals on Earth, but like many other predators, it's listed as near threatened. However, great news of late is that its population in Mexico has increased by some 800 in the past few years. Now, Mexico's national strategy to protect jaguars is working, says the journal PLOS ONE. Ecologist Gerardo Ceballos, founder of Mexico's National Alliance for Jaguar Conservation, and a team of 20 fellow ecologists gathered data from picture capture traps to determine precisely where jaguars lived and roamed. They also created a plan to tackle the most critical issues affecting them, which are preserving wildlife sanctuaries and avoiding conflicts with livestock owners. And the government pays people living near protected areas to not deforest sanctuaries. It also compensates them for cattle losses by jaguars and provides electric fences to prevent jaguars from getting to livestock. Now, these efforts have paid off, and numbers have risen by 20% from roughly 4,000 to 4,800. And in Brazil too, the picture looks rosy. There are presently some 10,000 jaguars roaming safe and free. On that note, that is where I wrap your 8 o'clock news headlines. Zoe is standing by with a final look at the weather.
Thank you, Jamie. And then let's quickly look at the weather one last time. The Minister of State of Social Affairs in Angola has stressed the need for promoting actions aimed at preservation and conservation of species, fauna and flora, and above all, environmental education. The minister said these matters should be included in the daily lives of the population, especially youth, both in the rural and urban areas, so that the environment can be driving force for sustainable development in its dimensions. She said this could be an important source of income and dissemination of the country's image abroad. She added that the natural beauty of the country's environment could play an important role in the growth of tourism. And we have so much natural beauty in our own country. This definitely serves as a reminder for us to all look after our environment as best as we can. Now, part of our own country's natural beauty is definitely the gorgeous sunrise views that we get to experience and share with you daily. This morning, Avril Roberts-Retief from Steenberg started us off. She's in Cape Town, and this is a beautiful image overlooking the area, showing off a bright glow of the sun as it comes up. Cecile Burnett from East London captured this start of her day, showing off these pre-pink, orange and yellow hues amongst the moody clouds. Gregory Noble from George kicked us off at 7 a.m. with this beautiful update overlooking the mountains in the distance. And then last but not least, Louise G. Cherry from Alberton captured yet another fantastic shot of her area, and this is showing off the stunning colors spread across the sky as the day begins. Well, if you have a beautiful sunrise photo to share with us, please do so on the Expresso Facebook page. But let's take a look at those temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, a low of 18, a high of 30. Mbombela, 21, reaching a high of 32. Pretoria, 18, with a high of 30. Johannesburg, 16, reaching a high of 26. Some thunder showers in Mahikeng, 19 is your low, 28 your high. Klerksdorp, 16, reaching a high of 26. Kimberley, 15, 29, Bloemfontein 13, reaching a high of 27. A sunny day in Richards Bay, 22 is your low, 37 your high. Some rain can be expected in Pietermaritzburg with a high of 32. If you're in Durban, 20 is your low, 28 your high. A rainy day in Mthatha, 11 is your low, 30 your high. East London 14, reaching a high of 22. Cradock 727, Gqeberha 13, reaching a high of 20. A rainy day in George today, 11 is your low, 16 your high. Cape Town 15, reaching a high of 18. If you're in Worcester, 7 is your low, 21 your high. Sutherland 5, reaching a high of 21. And a sunny day in Uppington, a low of 17 and a high of 33 degrees Celsius. And that's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Zoe. We are back with blues rock musician and all-round wonderful human being, Ross Harding, who is going to perform one of his heartfelt singles called Let It Go. And of course, it's all about his EP releasing at the moment, 2 amazing tracks, Rest and Resurrection. Rest, you'll be performing in a moment. Now you're going to let it go. What are you letting go of, dude? Set the tone for the song.
At the time that I wrote this, it was exactly about that. It was about letting go of baggage and, the weight. So a lot of the things that I'm busy with at the moment have got that kind of connotation attached to them,
Cathartic.
Yeah. A lot of my music is really cathartic, and I hope that it feels the same way for audiences.
That's where we're at, man. I think the globe is needing a little bit of that, so please, dish it up.
Thank you.
My friend, enjoy as we all let it go.
Fire come to cleanse the birth that breathes in me. The tide is changing with the moon. The snake circle bringing me to you now, and I can finally use the stone, and I feel immortal, and let it go and draw the blood, and let it go. Yeah, the fire comes out of the water. I walk into the sun until I let it go. of the tombs and all the dust from bones of catacombs. I felt the fire come to me, yeah, and I feel it breathe and let it go. Sun until I let it go, until I let it go, until I let it go.
So much.
Oh. Now that we've half of the population move on from their past relationships and clear out their emotional baggage, buddy, that was beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely majestic, and you can get that available on download right now, along with the tracks from his latest EP, and he's going to be performing one of those tracks in just a moment. Stick around. Wow, dude.
Morning, Mom. Look what we made for breakfast. Pizza. Okay, Mom. I'll see you soon. How many of these are we gonna do?
Right.
Right.
Love you, Mom.
I love you guys. The illness insurance I took out is really going to help now.
Old Mutual's illness insurance pays out a single amount of up to 6 million rand for whatever you and your family might need while you recover.
Sorry, Mom.
Make great financial decisions for you and your family and earn Old Mutual rewards points.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, the puppies are in the house. We'll reveal them in a second. There we go. Hello, my boy. Such a sweet guy. It looks like someone is ready for holidays. December is here. And our holiday break is closer than ever. We can taste it. It's so close. And if you and your family are going to be hitting the road to travel this festive season and want to take your beloved dogs with you, then our favorite animal behaviorist, Karis Nafti, is going to show us how we can do so safely and responsibly. Karis, great to have you back.
Morning.
Superstar, have you got your fix? Hey?
I've got Sam here. We're ready. Yeah.
It's his favorite carpet in the whole world, but he is ready for a road trip. So let's start at the beginning. What do we need to be considering and thinking about when planning a road trip with our four-legged friends?
I like to think of first taking the trip and planning backwards. So make sure that your dog is able...
I know, Bubba. I love you too.
You need to make sure that we're... Yes.
Yes.
What do you have to...
It's like, when are we leaving, guys? The car's packed, the Tupperwares are packed with food.
So, okay, what you have to do when you go on a trip with your dog, you need to make sure that your dog can actually handle wherever it is you're going.
Sure.
So if you have a dog that is not friendly with other dogs, don't bring your dog to your mother-in-law's house who's got 5 dogs,
got like a pack,
It's not going to work out well. So make sure that wherever you're ending up, your dog can handle it. They're trained for, they're kind of used to the environment, or other dogs, or kids also. If you
don't want it to be traumatic for them when you get there.
Do you know how many calls I get in December from people who said, listen, I've just arrived on holiday. My dog doesn't like kids or other dogs or grannies, and they were staying with them for a month. It's like, don't do that. So once that's in play, then... Sam's got lots to say this morning.
Yeah, I know.
Then you need to make sure that your car plans are also safe and that everything's ready to go that way.
What's a no-go? What are the things that would prevent you from taking your dog with you?
Yeah, on a trip. The first thing I would say is if your dog gets car sick, which some dogs do, don't subject them to a long trip in the car.
What are the signs that your dog does suffer from that?
So the most obvious sign is they'll throw up. Okay? Sorry to be gross, but they'll do it.
Yeah.
Very obvious. A dog, they'll literally throw up in a car. If a dog is mildly car sick, what happens is they'll drool. Okay, so it's like they sit in the car and their eyes usually go big, and they swallow, 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 and they're drooling to try to keep down the bile.
That's much like you, where your mouth fills with moisture. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like to... If a dog gets car sick, I wouldn't take them on a long road trip. You'll have a miserable time. They'll have a miserable time.
It certainly won't be cool for them.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you need to see a vet before going on a long trip?
So you do have to make sure your dog's vaccines are up to date, especially if you're traveling somewhere where you might encounter, lots of stray dogs in places. The most important thing, though, when you go on a holiday, when you're going somewhere, is make sure that your dog has its parasites, all its treatment up to date.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy, because out in the bush there's ticks and there's fleas, and I've been to places with my dogs where I've stayed and there have been fleas from other dogs.
For sure.
So, because I travel with my dogs all the time for dog shows and things. So make sure your dog is treated so that you don't bring anything back home with you, which
the carrier monkey syndrome. I love that. All right, so we've got a car here that's wet because it was pouring with rain.
Yes.
So hopefully that won't be your holiday, but I'm going to ask you if you could just demonstrate the way to get in and out of a car.
So the most important thing, when you are at home with your dog, you want to teach your dog never to just jump out of a car. So when you drive home or you go to the park, some people get lazy, they open the door, the dog shoots out. But when you're traveling and you're at a road stop or you're somewhere
that you don't know,
a lot of dogs go missing in that moment because you open the door, the dog gets excited, they disappear, and they don't know where they are, and they just run because they're in a panic. So make sure your dog always has a tag on with your name.
And they should always be chipped.
And they should always be chipped, absolutely. So here we are in a car, okay? And when there's different ways to teach this, but the easiest thing is once you teach your dog, hop, to get in the car, it's a very simple kind of routine, is that you never let your dog come out without a specific word. Okay, so my word is I say okay, and I'll show you. So when we open the door, you don't even necessarily need treats, but when you're opening the car door, stand in front of your dog, always with a leash on, and then you say okay. And then the dog learns.
Good boy.
Yeah, you did it, Sam.
Good boy. I know you just want to cut a place off. I know.
Then they've got a release word. If you only do that when you're in an unfamiliar place, it won't work. The dog will just jump over you and go, but I always run out of the car. So even in your driveway, every single time the door opens, wait, Okay, so that is just the routine of getting out of the car.
That makes sense. I'm trying to train my dogs to kind of operate. I'm running on trails where we're crossing roads and things, so they get used to that. So they know if there's a road, they stop and they
stop.
wait.
Yep, and you have the same word. You must have the same word. And if you get scared, this is an important thing with cars or trail running. Don't suddenly scream. So if you normally say wait, and then if you're scared and you go, oh my God, wait, your dog would run. Because that screamy sound
fight or flight
is a fight or flight. Oh gosh, what's happening? I'll run away.
Well, hopefully we won't run into any bears on our next trail run.
Exactly.
But I love that. He looks ready for a day at the beach. Where do you want to go, boy?
Anywhere. Okay.
He strikes me like he'll be happy if we just go to the park, to be honest.
Anywhere.
He's that kind of pup. Stick around. We're going to continue this conversation. I'm interested in some cool things to do with your dogs on the long road trip to keep them safe and healthy and happy. Cara Snapty is not going anywhere. We are inspiring you to travel safely with your pups this festive season. Good boy.
And for those who are not traveling, but they are expecting some visitors this festive season, we have the perfect summer recipe that is guaranteed to keep your guests loving the visit.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
The classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, if you're looking for ways to wow your guests with something scrumptious, then our classic summer berry terrine is the recipe for you. I promise you it's going to be berrylicious, and it is perfectly fitting for hot summer days ahead. Teresa, I'm very excited for us to jump into this recipe.
Yes, this is a perfect summer recipe, and it shouts Christmas as well. The color and yeah, beautiful. So what I'm going to do is make our berry sauce. So we've got mixed berries here.
And these are fresh berries.
Fresh berries, they're in season, so they'll be easy to find. Pop them into your pot, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sugar because they're quite sharp.
I sometimes find that when I buy fresh berries, it's sometimes easier to buy them a little bit in bulk. And then every now and then, especially if it's a week where you traveled a bit more, I don't always get through my berries. So this is probably also perfect to either just freeze the leftover berries and then use them, or turn it into a bit of a sauce.
A good excuse to also just make a dessert. I often pop them in the freezer because they're great in smoothies. So that's my kind of go-to. So we're just going to let that simmer on the stove for about 3 minutes. It'll get nice and juicy and saucy. Let it cool, and then pop it into your blender, and then you can blitz it into a sauce, which is what we've got over here.
Is that what you would call a coulis?
So, yes, that's
berry
right.
coulis.
Berry coulis, yes. Very fancy. I'm going to ask you to make our cream that's going to be used to layer the dessert.
Okay.
So we've got some double cream there.
There we
and
go.
then we're going to add some condensed milk, which is going to give it
cream it
such
up a little
beautiful
bit.
flavor. And then we're using our Clover Classic Dairy Snack, and there's 2 stunning flavors, so you can choose either one.
Yes, so in front of us we have got the blueberry and cream flavor, as well as the raspberry and cream flavor.
I think they both work really, really well.
A little bit of condensed milk.
Yes, lovely.
Like this is like I need 3 hands for all of the things I'm about to do. There we go.
So that's going to give it a lovely, sweet, creamy flavor. It's
I have such a weakness for. I have a very sweet tooth, and I have such a weakness for condensed milk.
Oh, it's so good.
I always ask if I can lick out the tin.
You can have the bowls.
Just leave some for me. Don't put everything in the recipe.
Yeah, save some. Then we can also add a little bit of vanilla just for flavor, and then I'll open one of these.
Yes,
so let's go with the blueberry and cream. That's going to be delicious.
Ooh. And of course, you'll keep going until it's nice and smooth.
Yes, exactly. So let's.
I love how quick and easy this recipe is.
Really, really easy. And again, I mean, I love getting the kids involved. So
it's such fun colours.
I know, we love the purple. Brilliant. So it's as easy as that.
Naturally, you'll make sure yours is a little bit smoother.
So what I've done is I've popped some berries into our greased loaf tin. So obviously when you flip it over, then they'll be at the top. So you can just put a layer of that in there.
So not everything?
Not everything, yeah. And then this is our sauce that we made a little bit earlier, and I'm just going to drop this on, and then you can swirl it into the cream to get that beautiful
Well, that's going to be perfect
effect.
Because when you slice it open, then you have a little bit of everything with each slice.
But we're not done yet. We're adding some chocolate. Of
course. Oh, delicious.
So just drizzle that on. And then you can basically just repeat these layers. You can do another layer of cream, more sauce, more chocolate. And
you just keep swirling
build
it
up.
like that.
Yeah, so it's really, really lovely, really easy. And then pop it into the freezer. You will need to leave it for probably a good 8 hours.
Okay,
I
so
would
make
just
it the night before.
Yeah.
Make it the day before. Pop it in the oven if you're planning on having your guests the next day.
Exactly.
Teresa, this looks amazing. We have a finished one over
Yes,
there. As you can see, it's
beautiful.
packed full of berries. We are also using our classic, our Clover Classic dairy snack, which we've been using the berry flavors, which just looks amazing. So we're going to pop that in the oven, and that is going to be breakfast. Teresa, it's always so great being in the kitchen with you.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Amazing. This recipe is available for you on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you've missed any of the steps, here they are again.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day.
Summer is as endless as you want it to be this getaway season with your Marriott Bonvoy Stay Longer on Us promotional offer. Get 20% or more off standard room rates when you stay 3 nights or longer at participating Marriott hotels across this magnificent land of ours. To find the participating Marriott hotels at your dream destination and just how good things get when you stay longer on us. Book now on emea.marriott.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still live with Expresso, and we are back with our friend in all furry matters, Karis Nafti, who's going to show us everything that we need to know about traveling safely and in an enjoyable way, hopefully for our pups, when we travel with our dogs this festive season. Karis, thanks. Superstars, Sammy's in the house. We've had a full kind of idea of what we don't need to do. Now let's look at the positives. When we're traveling, what do we need to do to make sure that they're comfortable? So where should they be sitting? How should we set up the car situation?
The car itself. Okay, so not in your lap while you're driving. First tip, not by your feet, which
not anywhere near the airbag.
No one near the airbag, absolutely. The very safest way to travel with your dog, if you can, is to get a crate, okay? And a crate is, I always say, it looks like a bird cage. It's a box that your dog sits in. They come in different shapes. Some are solid plastic. This one is just a nice see-through one.
I've seen wooden ones before, yeah.
Yeah, and these are nice because your dog can't fall anywhere. They're totally safe. They're not going to jump on you as the driver. So if at all possible, you should get one of these for your dog. Now, what happens is they settle down when they're in a crate. Okay, some people think it's cruel, like, oh, but you've locked your dog in prison. But they don't see it that way. To them, it's like a happy little bed.
Yeah, okay. And would you have to get them used to it? Presumably you don't want to be shoving them in there for the first time when you travel. That could be a little bit stressful, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So the best thing to do with the crate is to just feed your dog in the house, feed them in the crate all the time, so that the crate is a happy, sort of, it doesn't feel like they're stuck in there, that it's a happy thing. When you're in the car, dogs do tend to get used to the crate easiest actually in the car, rather than being in the lounge, because they're not used to sort of being stuck in there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like trapping them. Okay,
exactly.
for sure. I've got to ask the million-dollar question, because my pup is at his happiest when his little head is sticking out the window with wind in his face. Is that okay? Am I doing something wrong? Because every dog seems to love that.
They love it because of the smells and all of the things, but the problem with the wind in the ears for a dog is the ears, but it's the eyes. Okay. So the #1 cause of eye injuries for dogs is actually when debris glunks them in the eye when their head's sticking out. So that's also why I like using a crate, because you can open the windows, they can get the smell,
the wind, and
but they can't actually sit it out. Yeah.
Or you must make them little goggles. Little goggles and a wind hat. I've asked my mom to make a hat that can protect my boy's ears.
You can do. I saw a guy on a motorbike with the dog goggles on. Should I put Bear in and show? This is Bear's little
crate. Check it out, man.
Yeah.
Let's go and look at your travel home.
This is his little house. This is his house of happiness, and this is Bear's actual crate that he's sitting in, and you can see that he fits in there quite easily, and then he just hangs out, and then he knows that it's his sleepy
He's got space to turn around and do what puppy dogs do. Yeah, hey, Bear, how does that feel, boy?
Yep, and then he comes out, and we drive a lot, and we travel a lot, and then he comes out, and then he's happy to go in and he sleeps. So that's definitely the easiest thing.
Good boy.
Now, I've got a couple of other little tricks for people when they travel.
Okay.
Okay, they're toys, they're dog toys. These are my kind of toys. It's like, just buy me dog things and I'm happy. I'm such a dog nerd.
But these are cool and really functional.
These are super functional. So what I've got 2 travel bowls here. So this one first, it's a no-spill bowl. So
that overlapping lip, that's brilliant.
So if you can get a no-spill bowl, you can leave it in the car, you can leave it in your dog's crate, and the water doesn't spill out, and it's really, really easy. So
how do you drive? I mean, come on. Gee whiz, I never pegged you for a rally job.
You don't know me that well, Brad.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but when you do those accidental stops. Now, this is another travel bowl. So this bowl, it's very easy to store. It's got a rubber bottom, and then when you want to stop and give your dog a drink of water, you can pop it out.
Yeah, I love it, and it makes for a nice frisbee when it's
no. But it's a
that's
good
very
travel
cool.
one.
And keep it, and it'll probably last you a lifetime. Really, really good quality. I love that.
Yeah.
Toilet stops, breaks, how long can a dog go for? I'm sure they'll have individual each dog is his own dog, but how long or often should we be stopping so our dogs can stretch their legs and kind of get some air?
Depends on a few factors. Depends on how old the dog is. So if you've got a puppy, pretty frequently.
Okay.
About at least every hour, every 45 minutes, because puppies have to pee a lot. If your dog is drinking a lot, if you've got a dog that just tends to drink a lot, or if you've got a dog with a short nose, so French bulldogs, pugs, Boston Terriers, those dogs they get dehydrated a lot easier, so they have to...
I've seen it with the Frenchies,
they have to drink a lot more, which means they have to pee a lot more. So often, err on the side of peeing often.
Okay, and it's probably good for you to take those breaks as well while you are traveling. Make it about the journey when it comes to the pups, not just at the destination. Karis, I hope you have the most amazing holiday wherever you're going, in the car that you nicked from one of my colleagues. Bear, you've been amazing. Sammy, you were amazing wherever you are, and hopefully you've picked up some great tips on how you can keep your pups safe and happy, and yourself happy along those bigger journeys. We urge you all to please travel as safely as possible this holiday season, and make sure that you keep your dog's best interests in mind too, especially in the planning phase. That's where it begins. And ensure that your dogs are up to date with their shots and are fully medicated against parasites before traveling, and I stress that. You can shop NexGuard Spectra on petheaven.co.za. This will protect your dogs from internal and external, the full spectrum of parasites, so that you can have a drama and hopefully vet-free holiday as well. Oh, look at it. Bear's ready for holiday.
Oh, well, listen, you can experience Red and unlock summer with Vodacom's Red plans and amazing giveaways. Now, join in on the fun this summer to win a share of 250 million rands worth of prizes. And this is in cash and prizes, plus a share of 1 billion Vodabucks when you download the VodaPay app or My Vodacom app and play to win.
Now, get this, Vodacom is giving away 3 Vodacom Rugby Champ jerseys to 3 lucky winners this week. Now, we asked you to tell us what your favorite rugby jersey is. Was it the DHL Stormers, the South Sea Sharks, the Emirates Alliance, or the Vodacom Bulls? As you can hear, the guys are going crazy in the studio, but we've also received hundreds of comments with lots of love coming from Cape Town and Durban fans out there. So let's take a look at some of the comments so far.
Okay, well, let's start with Feigen Aaron that says, good morning, guys. The South Sea Sharks, it is my favorite team in rugby.
Yeah, we love that. Pele Tando also said, no doubt, it's a DHL Stormers.
And then Masnuma Lageti says, Vodacom Bulls and more Vodacom Bulls.
Lawrence Talcott says, the South Sea Sharks is my favorite rugby team and they are the best. I even played for them at the Sharks Academy. So yes, South Sea Sharks for life. I hope I win this rugby jersey. I have my fingers crossed for this amazing competition.
Oh, some awesome comments coming through, and it seems like we have lots of loyal rugby fans out there. And remember to get your answers in, because we will announce the 3 lucky winners tomorrow.
Set the date. Now, Vodacom is also giving away 3 Vodacom United Rugby Champs jersey to 3 lucky winners. All you have to do is simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram page and tell us what is your favorite rugby jersey. Is it the DHL Stormers? Can I get a yeah? No? The South Sea Sharks, the Emirates Alliance or the Vodacom Bulls. Now remember to use the hashtag #UnlockYourSummer, and the competition closes today at 10 a.m. and those terms and conditions can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. So happy entering to all of you. Good luck.
Switch to Red and get a free jersey with this Samsung deal for only 1,599 Rand per month. Experience Red. Unlock more this summer. Further together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3. Now, last night, we saw another contestant inch closer to becoming Mzansi's next cooking celebrity as Abida Albertine from Cape Town, Steenberg to be exact, clinched the win on the latest episode of the thrilling cooking reality competition show, Color Your Plate with Koo. Now, if you missed it, here is her winning moment.
It came down to Blessing versus Abida. So, under the cloche is the winning plate. Maps, over to you.
And our winner is... The winner is Abida!
And Abida Albertine is in studio this morning. Can we give her a warm feel-good welcome, everybody? Welcome to the show. And I want to say, Auntie Abida, because we grew up in the similar community. We grew up in Steenberg together. So to be able to see you live out your dream after retirement, I mean, you grew up in District 6. Everyone knows Auntie Abida in the community. We know you for your cook sisters, your pastries on a Sunday. What was it like watching yourself last night and that magical moment?
I actually felt so proud of myself, but in the same time I was laughing to think I was so nervous there and just look, you know, what I did, you know, what I've achieved, you know, the dish that I made.
Take us through it. Where did that love for cooking come from, being able to feed not only your family but also the community as well?
It's actually, you know, from my parents, my mom, my grandmother. You know, we like old school, it's stews. If you make a big pot of stews, you can share it with everyone. You know, it goes a long way. Throw a lot of baked beans in, there's a big pot, 10 families can be fed with that. So, yeah, it's like...
What was it about Koo and Color Your Plate with Koo that made you say, you know what, I want to take part in this competition?
I was actually asked by a friend of mine to enter. She said, Auntie, you always cook nice food. Will you enter? And it took me 2 weeks before I entered. And because I use Koo products a lot in my house, baked beans is my #1. Because I've got boys and they love baked beans.
A standard indeed. And of course, watching last night, Maps Mapunyane saying, Abida Albertine, your dish is the winning dish. Take us through that moment.
I was pinching my toes because my legs were shaking. I thought I was going to wet myself right there. I said to myself, oh my gosh, just stand still. That's why I went like that. And I just said to myself, you know, if I can do it, someone else can also do it. You don't have to be professional to cook a dish. You can teach yourself and you can go for it.
And I'm sure your messages on WhatsApp is blowing up right now. The entire street, the community was screaming, Auntie Abida, you are a celebrity now. Like, everyone knows you.
I sang a song for my son last night and he was laughing while he was sitting next to me.
Now you have to sing the song for us. You have to sing the song for us. We are also your family right now. Sing the song for us, Auntie Abida.
How did it go? I am a star on Expresso show, for the world to know that I love Koo so.
Oh, wow! Not only a chef, a singer, we are so proud of you, and it's just so amazing to see that, you know, after retirement, you're being able to live out your dream for other people that is maybe inspired by your journey and saying, you know what, if Auntie Abida can do it, I can do it too. What words of encouragement do you have for them?
You know, I always say follow your dream. It might not work out today, but tomorrow it will be better than the day before or yesterday. You know, do what you know you love. If you love cooking, if you love planting flowers or whatever, do it, you know, and you will achieve it. It's all in the mind. It's your choice what you want to do.
Without giving away too much, because, I mean, there's a lot happening in these episodes, what can people expect with Color Your Plate with Koo?
They can expect a lot. I mean, I'm going to bring my A game. I'm going to try my best to cook a nice plate, you know, in the finale. I'm just hoping for myself the best and for all the other contestants.
And that veggie wrap, that was amazing. What inspired that? Because that is out of your comfort zone as well. So you had to think out of the box with this recipe.
I practiced that. I did it at home. Actually, it's something that came to my mind that I saw many years ago. I don't know if it was in a magazine or on TV or what. And I tried it at home. But I did it with rice. you know, dhania, coriander rice. And it came out okay. I didn't plate it like that. And I thought, okay,
if it's good for my sons, if it's good for my family.
And I hope they're going to ask me to do, you know, the main ingredient's going to be mixed veg. And it was just in my favor that night.
Well, clearly the judges loved it. Congrats, Auntie
Thank you so
Avida.
much.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Of course, Auntie Avida is joining the previous winners, JP, Chantal, Nadia, Zandile, Paula, and Chepiso in the finale. Now, the mother city has more representation in the competition, but which city will be the next one to be sent to the finale next week? Be sure to catch and keep watching Color Your Plate with Koo. From next week, the show is journeying towards the finale. I know it's the sad reality. It's coming to the end, but with 1 hour special, which is taking place on Wednesday and Friday evenings at 7 p.m. on SABC2, and then with repeats on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. It is exciting, and you do not want to miss it.
More color on your plate means more wholesome benefits. So turn your meals into a balanced plate with Koo 5 a day. Eat better and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand daily. Buy any 3 Koo products, dial *120*1987# or WhatsApp Koo 5 a day to 072-741-5357 and follow the prompts to enter. Koo uzogcwala.
I don't know, maybe it's because I'm kind of on a high-protein diet at the moment, but I've realized I absolutely love a delicious pizza. But today we are making pizzas Mediterranean and a little healthier. It's their cousin, the flatbread. I was going to say humble, but it's not humble. It's going to be very special today, and they're great for lunch, for dinner, even a snack. Very DIY kind of a dish. So Teresa is here to DI the Y, okay?
Yes,
we've got a lot to do here, so I'm going to lend a hand however I can.
Thank you. That's great. I think we're going to mix some dough first of all.
Okay, fantastic.
So we've got some flour in the bowl.
Okay.
And our Be Well oil is going to go in, just about a tablespoon of each.
Love this, the balance of, obviously you've got the health and the delicious flavor of the olive oil, kind of blended with that canola oil with the healthier, the much higher smoking points.
Exactly.
Perfect blend, perfect.
So we are doing rainbow bread. I love making these flatbreads. They're so much fun, so easy.
Is that just food colorant?
This is turmeric water. So a tablespoon of turmeric powder into some water, and you're going to add that into your flour. I have put a little bit of salt into the flour as well. So we've got that flavor.
There is nothing that won't turn out yellow once it touches.
Exactly, everything, your fingers.
Yeah.
The kitchen counter. So you're basically going to just mix that into a dough, and then we're also going to be using some beetroot puree and some spinach puree to give our finished
And these are great life hacks here
colour.
if you don't have food colorants sitting around.
Yes, and sometimes you also want a bit more of a natural
something
colorant.
a little bit more organic,
So just add a little bit until you get that dough consistency.
And then you can keep adding. Rather start with a little and then build up. Okay.
Yeah. And these doughs also freeze beautifully. So if you want to make a whole lot while you're doing it, then
get the legwork out of the way, and then you can just whip them out. Yeah.
If it's a little bit dry, add a bit more water. So just kind of eyeball it and, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose this is a little bit more forgiving than like a cake or that kind of a dough, because we're not looking for a spectacular, we just want a little flat bread.
Yeah. Do you want to mix the spinach one for us?
I can.
I love these colors. They're
And
just
how did you mix the
amazing.
spinach to get to this pulp?
So with all of these, you can just, like the beetroot, you can boil it and process it with a little bit of water. And then the spinach as well, you can just wilt it and pop it in the blender with some water.
Yeah, I think spinach might need a touch more water.
Yeah, but you get the idea. But
tiny drop.
Basically what we're going for is this dough like that. And then very importantly, you need to let it rest.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so this one we add a little bit more water and then it gets to this beautiful green consistency at the end. Cool.
And then you can roll it. You can sort of just do it with your hands, but basically you can.
Okay, so while you flatten these beauties out, we've got some, and I suppose you can get really creative with your dressings here. I think I love this. This is
so
like meze on a different level. So I'm making a yogurt sauce here.
Yes, so yogurt, a little bit of fresh parsley, and you can use any herbs really, whatever you
I think
feel
some
like.
nice peppery rocket would be great.
Oh, that would be delicious. I'm going to pop some oil onto our griddle pan, and then when you cook your breads, you literally just pop them on and let them cook for a few minutes per side, and you'll see they'll start to puff up. Let's do one more over here.
Sorted.
Lovely. And then what I like to do is, as they come off the pan, I wrap them in a clean dish towel. and it keeps them nice and warm and soft.
You swaddle them.
And then, exactly, show them
That's
some
sweet.
love.
You swaddle your flatbreads. Oh, that's so cute.
And then by the time the last one is cooked, they're still lovely and warm, and everyone can enjoy them. So
And
I'll just pop them on there.
I've been loving making pickles, mainly to eat with my proteins, to kind of cut through the fat of a steak or something like that.
Exactly. It's lovely and fresh and zesty.
So we've got some beautiful red onions here, which are great for making a pickle because you get the sweet and the sour, I suppose.
Yes.
And is this the stock standard for making a pickle? Sugar and a vinegar?
Vinegar,
Any particular vinegar?
Any kind of vinegar you like.
Great.
That's your kind of standard. You could add spices as well if you wanted to. And if you can do it in advance, it's even better. If you let it
do
sit
this
in
the
the
day
fridge.
before, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, you shouldn't, like, I do that like once a week, make a pickle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just let it sit there, and you can try
So
different things,
easy.
chilies, jalapenos.
Exactly.
Mushrooms, anything using the stock standard. Really easy, and I've heard that you can just replace the sugar with salt and pepper.
Yeah,
We're doing some beautiful
exactly.
eggplant there as well.
Yeah, roasted veggies, and I've put some more of our Be Well oil onto the pan, of course. So aubergine, some red pepper. So we've got all these lovely
We've got
topping
absolutely
ideas.
everything, and then you can push the boat out if there are other toppings that you like. But this
Exactly.
is we've gone for a Mediterranean flavor profile here, absolutely
Yes.
beautiful. And of course, you're going to get that flavor note from the beautiful Mediterranean olive oil in our canola oil olive oil blend. That's just going to marry all those flavors together.
Exactly. So
Absolutely
you can build
beautiful.
this beautiful board. So much color, texture.
It's fresh.
Absolutely stunning.
That's how you do Christmas in summer in South Africa. You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. Beautiful.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and if you've just tuned in, you're a little bit late, but you know what? We're not going to judge because you are just in time to catch Ross Harding, who is still with us this morning, and he's about to perform his brand new single. This one's called Rest, which is a song about hope, strength, and the reward at the end of it all, and so perfect for this time of the year. Ross, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Rest now, child, and wash the pain away. Still your mind in the waters of the rain. son, and I'll take the pain from you until your daughters, the fire shining through. Rest now, mother, I've made it all the way until my father, the black will fade. Until my father, the black will fade. When you rest now, child, the black will fade. As a fire, light the way. Strengthen now, child, you made it all the way. Till my father, the black will fade. Till my father, till my father, ooh, yeah, till my father, the black will fade.
Thank you so much.
Perfect timing.
Friends are in town, families coming around. Here's to festive celebrations made with love by Clover.